Do we have creepy music in the background? If you do, turn it off. I need violence music. Let's go. This is Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay First Edition. I've made some modifications to the rules just to stream them down a little bit, make them a little bit easier. So you probably will notice there's a couple of inconsistencies, or I'll be skipping over a couple of steps during rules and roles and that sort of thing. It's because for an online game, I like simple systems, and stripping it down has just made it easier for an online game. But the meat of it is still there. Don't worry about it if you're a Warhammer fan. Now, I will stress again, hooray! Same to you, Mickey. I will stress again, it's first edition, not second, third, or fourth. It's first edition. The basics are the same. I'm sorry, are people actually spending points for you to wave? Because I'm not looking at the stream, so if something happens that I've got to do, you've got to let me know, and don't make it, please.
You've got some D12s to kiss, that's for sure.
Yeah, so
Cuff them gently.
I've got 2 for that. So, here we go. Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. This is part 4, I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Part 4, The Rising. So, you guys have had a bit of an adventure. As Agents of the Hammer, you've been flying yourself across the Empire, and now you're in Britannia. You've found old lost dwarven citadels, you've fought against giant orcs, you've climbed across chains between hanging braziers, or braziers, I keep forgetting what they are. Either way, I'm in trouble. Braziers, thank you. Either way, you've climbed between hanging lingerie, and you've had battles galore. But now you've come to a small town called Vano, and it's in Britannia. It's just north up the river, just north of Lauren Forest. On one side, nearest the mountains, everything's fantastic. It's wonderful. Everybody has luck, lots and lots of luck. They sell stuff. It's bright. It's happy. Everything's tasteful. There's people there to help. Strain. Where's my notes? I've forgotten your character's name because he's so memorable. Christoph, who I really like. I did remember the name. I was just joking.
You created the character.
So Christoph, you've been looked after at the moment because you weren't here for the last game. You or Hagen, unfortunately. You're actually being looked after by the elves, because during the last game, of course, you had to go through the Dwarven Citadel over a massive battle. Hagen dragged your body, basically, your frozen corpse-like body, all the way to this small town. You've basically been dropped off here. You've been left in the care of the elves. They know this curse, and they will be able to lift it. In fact, as we start this game, they've actually done their job, and you're coming around a little bit groggy. But yeah, you're wondering why you're only lying in a soft bed with only your pants on. But yeah, at the moment you're absolutely fine.
Hagen, normal for Christoph, isn't it?
Who needs armor? Tough dwarf syndrome. So everybody else went to because they couldn't find a place to stay. I think that was the case. But they went to the other side of the bridge to find some place to stay. Now, the bridge going across this river, as you go across, things got a little bit darker, a little bit more miserable, and then when you got to the other side of the river, it was an absolute shithole. And there's hardly anybody there. There's a couple of stalls selling rotten shit, rotten fruit, not actual shit, although it is Warhammer, to be fair. And then you went into a pub, an inn, which was dead miserable, and there's an old man on the front in a rocking chair saying stupid things. And yeah, they explained, look, if you want somewhere that's nice and tucked up, then you go to the north side of the river and stay in that town there. Both towns had a market square, well, massive circle, hardly squarish, and inside was a fountain, and in the fountain was a plinth, and both plinths on either side were empty, except for the plinth on the north was full of coins, where people had chucked in coins for luck, and on the south there was nothing. In fact, I think somebody did throw a coin in, and it was suggested that you just take it back. So yeah, but you managed to get yourself a room for the evening. If I remember rightly, you all fell to sleep with the sounds of revels. Isn't that chocolate? So the sound of Merry Mass. That was it. Thank you. I'll just pronounce it differently. Same letters. Don't know what you're talking about. So to the north, I've been drinking wine. I do apologise. So to the north, the actual town itself is obviously having a good time, doing some they're revelling. They're having a great time either way. So the merrymaking, there we go, that'll do. There's some oldie worldy. So they're having a good time, but to the south it's all dead miserable, and there's like rats drinking coffee, talking about how shit their lives are. That's how bad it is in the south. Across the river. And then during the night, if we start with you actually first off, Christoph, you wake up. You can hear the sounds of harps and flutes, and obviously people out. They've had a fantastic. It's a market day there. Well, you don't know this. You've been unconscious. But you wake up, you're in a tent, you've been moved out to this tent, and the air is fresh. There's an elf looking after you, and obviously he's there. He looks exhausted. He's actually sort of leaning forward on his chair. He's sort of sat, with the back of the chair in front of him.
Is it time for breakfast?
He's sort of surprised as she's sort of opening her mouth. He goes, oh, thank the gods it worked. You must have been in a deep curse. It took us a long time to break it, but this is old magic, and your hearing's a little bit numb. You got that kind of ringing in your ear. He sort of looks a little bit distracted, and then ignores it and turns back to you. Yeah. So yeah, you're free of it now. How are you feeling? Okay? Are you hungry? Are you thirsty?
Breakfast will be good. Yes. Yes, breakfast will be delightful. Actually, yes.
It's early morning, but yeah, I'm sure there's plenty. But is that shouting about?
Well, brunch would be better as well.
Brunch. It's 2:00 in the morning.
Supper then, late supper.
Early breakfast.
Yes.
Or set-breast. So
it could be that meal we have when we're coming back from the inn after an evening of absolute merrymaking.
Kebab.
Fantasy food, the role-playing game.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so he sort of gets up and he turns again, and your hearing's starting to come back. You can hear shouting in the distance. You can hear lots of people shouting, so obviously having a good time for one reason or another. But this shouting seems a little bit more urgent. And back to the inn, you're in a shared room, so there is all three of you. Oh no, you got private rooms, didn't you? Didn't actually write that
doubt
down.
it.
Okay then.
We like to think of ourselves as the in crowd.
Yeah, you were going to get private rooms. Turns out there weren't any that weren't leaking. So basically, you got yourself a room, and in the night, we'll say all three of you to save time. You can hear the sounds of shouting, but it's not the good shouting that you heard earlier from people obviously enjoying themselves whilst they were reveling in the town on the other side of the river. This is shouts of fear, and then you hear that obviously a gunshot in the distance.
Oh, no,
downstairs, you hear Christoph's curse. You hear a door slam, and downstairs. Oh no, it's Christoph. He's awake. And downstairs, you hear a door slam, and you can hear somebody running to the front door, and you can hear the lady that runs the tavern. You can hear her shouting, "Bolt the doors! Bolt the doors!" And you hear slamming and people running around downstairs. You're the only people staying in the inn, so as far as
you have any windows up here we could have a look at?
Yes, that was a good.
Yeah, let's go get a peek, lad.
You can see the town in the distance. You can see obviously there's people who have lit bonfires across the bank. They're obviously having a bit of fun. Yeah, somebody get a box for Hagen. So there's there's fires along the bank where people obviously you can still see people dancing in circles and bottles. But where the market square is, you can see there's obviously a lot of shouting, and you see people on the roof sort of running or on balconies running to the balconies and looking down, and then you start hearing people screaming, men and women alike. And then another gunshot.
Does it sound like this is happening this side of town, or
no?
It's over on the good side
in the sunny market area.
Yeah. So their look has run out.
Downstairs, you hear the slam of the main doors, and obviously what sounds like a huge bar being dropped. You hear other doors being closed and windows being closed. And then you hear the lady running up the stairs shouting. Obviously, there must be other people staying in other rooms. Close your windows and curtains. Put out the lights. Close your windows and curtains. Put out the lights.
What's going on?
Who is it, madam?
Just, what, are you stepping out your room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's in a nightgown. She's got a lantern with that weird sort of cover over it. She's trying to keep it. She's trying to see where she's going, but keeping the light dimmed at the same time. And she's running down. She's banging on doors. She's going past. You can hear other people going, "Oh, piss off!" in the other room. She's banging on the doors. And as she's going down, you just go past. Just close your windows, close your curtains, and make sure there are no lights. And whatever you do, do not leave your room.
What's happening?
They're paying for their look. You should not have come here. I should have warned you, but we're not supposed to. We shouldn't have said anything. We're not supposed to say things, and it's unfair to people. Meanwhile, back in the town, Christoph. Yeah, you can hear shouts. The elf has stood up now. He's sort of walked to the gate.
Do you think they could be quiet a little bit? You know,
he's opened it up a little bit, and he sort of stepped back. His face is blanched, and not one of the Golden Girls, but literally his face has gone white, and the colour drains out of his lips. And he runs straight away to where obviously he's got armour and his swords and everything. He starts hurriedly trying to put them on. Outside, You can hear shouts and screams, and then you hear this.
I'm getting dressed and looking for my armour and weapons. And...
It's all next to you, all cleaned and polished. You're going to
excellent.
shine like a jewel. Make a very good target as well. So yeah, you sort of go over, and yeah, there's plenty of
Can I suggest you don't grab the hammer?
Is the hammer still there?
No.
I would love it if he picked the hammer up and go.
I'll use this. Oh well, go home, Crane. So yeah.
Well, I'll get dressed.
You get yourself dressed.
Putting my armor and grabbing my sword and helm on.
Outside now, you hear a gunshot.
I think we should try and make our way over if we can find a way out of the building.
And then there's then you can hear swords, the clashing of swords, and that same noise.
Once I'm ready, I just kind of open the tent just a little bit and look out.
As you're heading over to the tent, you know that's kind of Jurassic Park shot where you've got the shadow on the side of the tent. You've got that. You see somebody walking forward. He's got this big sort of bowing hat on. You know, like the big hats, like a musketeer's hat. Staggers forward, and then he staggers forward. The hat falls off, and he throws. This is just the shadow, of course, on the side of the tent. He throws his head back. He puts his hands out, and then the hand seems to twist, and something comes out the back of his hand. It's like there's like a mist, and it's like his forearms turn into like long, sharp like blades as he's screaming at the top of his lungs. And as he's screaming, ah! The voice changes. He goes, oh!
There's that useless dwarf when you need him. And I'll close the tent flap.
Yeah. This is just as you're about to open the tent flap. Meanwhile, back at the town, in the distance,
the dwarf, our resident mutant specialist.
This weird howling noise.
Well, that's not good. I think we should try and intervene before more people get hurt.
I
don't think we have an easy way out.
No. I guess we're quickly throwing on our armor and stuff.
Put some weapons out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make our way down the stairs. We're going to try and persuade face to open the door for us to let us out.
You get downstairs, you get into the bar, and as you're heading towards the door, she literally stands in front of she's got a lantern, she's blown the lantern out. There's one single candle now in the middle of the room, but not very, very dim light. With one candle, so what do you expect? So she goes and stands in front of the door and literally spreads herself across it. And she's staring at you walking. She goes, no, you can't go out. You can't go out. Just give it an hour or two. It'll be over. You can't go out.
Our friends out there.
Your friends, if you have friends out there, they may live. It depends on how many turn tonight.
What are you talking about? Be clear, woman, and quick.
The people that run the town to the north, they require luck. They require the good things to happen, but there's a payment for it. People come here, they know their luck, they know their chances, but there's always a payment for it. They'll either be taken or they'll be turned. Teach is here. Teach has been here for a long, long time. It takes everything from everybody, their pleasure, their pain. It drains them, and it gives it back to the town as tribute. But there are those who must pay the price, and they either become part of Teach, or they become a victim of Teach. If you head into that town, I can guarantee you will either turn or die.
Well, I can only speak from experience, the rest of you, but I think the manling's safe. I've never met a human more unlucky than him. I
would argue that we are potentially unluckier.
No, we can't leave those people to die out there. We have to help them.
They've been dabbling in the weirdness of Warcraft of Chaos. They get everything they deserve.
Everybody, did you throw a coin into the well?
On this side, not the other side.
Not the other side. And you're safe. And stay here. You're safe. If your friend is there, there's a chance that they will survive.
Then he's doubly safe then. I've never met a more skinflint human than him.
Meanwhile...
if he does die, that means our luck's changed, which means that this side is no longer safe.
Meanwhile, back in you close the tent flap back in the tent. The elf next to you puts the sword in and takes a step towards the front of the tent, then stops. You see him bulk. He sort of steps forward, clutches his chest, and then throws his head back and goes, "Oh!" Puts his arms out.
Okay, I'm opening the tent and going outside.
Right.
Closing the tent, the hide flap behind me.
You close the flap behind you, and behind you you can hear bone crunching and flesh tearing. And
in hindsight, we probably should have left them a note where we were staying.
Okay, I'm looking for a building nearby.
Yeah. Well, directly to your left is the inn, but it's pandemonium everywhere. There are people. You see people turning in the street. They're literally. You've seen the Chaos Warriors, especially like the Warhammer Online trailer. They're running around. They're bare-chested. Their arms have now turned into blade. One or two of them. Some have a blade for an arm, and then they've got a sword in the other. Some of them their faces have twisted, or it looks like some weird helmet has grown over their heads, sort of with the holes in. And they're sort of walking around, and they're howling and spitting blood and vomit. And there's basically just, if there's anybody there who hasn't turned, that's who they're going for. The plinth, the plinth actually in the fountain has raised up slightly. You see all the water bubbling, and then the bubbles like a froth, as if somebody's been doing the washing up there, but then bled in it, because it's like blood appears at the bottom and then starts coming out of the fountain and splashing over the sides, and people are shouting. And on the stairs, on the opposite side, obviously the mayor's place, you see the mayor stood there with a big chain around the neck, and they're holding onto an emblem which you don't recognise. And they're there just chanting, and every time one of these creatures runs up towards him, something holds them back, and they turn and just attack somebody else. Okay. He's got some unfortunate men with shields, just in case. Every now and then, one of them will get dragged away screaming.
I'm heading over in that direction.
Okay. You start heading in that direction. Roll a d6 and don't roll a 1. Not said it since Christmas.
Or roll a d12, the naturally superior dice.
You roll a 6. Okay, gotcha. The reason why I didn't want you to roll a 1, because that means there's one creature attacking you. But you rolled a 6, so there's 6. So as you, it's Warhammer. I flipped it. So as you're walking towards the creature, these 6 creatures from all sides are literally just either being repelled and they come running towards you. Some of them start diving on other people and literally just skewing them. They're screaming for mercy and then getting slaughtered. And then I roll a d6. Okay, you didn't want me to roll that, so we'll go back to the other guys. So she sort of looks at you and says, if I let you out of here, then there's a good chance that you will die. Are you sure that's what you want?
If that's the case, can we have the money that we paid for the rental of the tavern for the night?
If you return, I will give it you back 7-fold.
Shake on it.
She's pretty sure that we're not coming back by the sound of it.
Yeah, she's got a little glint in her eye. Fuck them. Yeah. She turns around. She moves the bar out of the way. It's a big, thick, heavy bar. She slams onto the ground, and then she lets the door open. There are some people who have come out into the streets. They obviously know what's going on. Some people on the balconies, and they're just sort of smoking pipes and kind of just watching. There's no glee there. There's no it serves yourselves right. They're just shaking their heads as if to say, "Oh, stupid people."
Looks at the rest of the group. Can't exactly disagree with them.
What do you want to do?
Stepping out
confidently.
We have to keep him alive, because if he dies, our luck changes and we might be next. We have to keep ourselves unlucky.
Yeah. Look for the screaming idiot.
It's the early way would be safe.
Look,
now,
you do remember my roles from the last session,
we're going to take one
right?
from the universe.
Yeah. I should be covered by now. I think I've got... I should be protected just from the rolls from last time.
I'm the one who has to worry.
Talking about luck, Christoph, you've got luck, haven't you?
I do have luck, yes.
Yep. Do you want to roll it for today? I'll give you the choice whether you want me to roll for your luck today.
Ooh.
Yes, go on then.
No good can come of this.
Okay. You just let me know when you want to use your luck.
I will do.
So...
Use it immediately.
I don't make a habit of laughing evilly as the GM, but so you so you're heading towards these creatures are running towards you. The one sort of was running past you, sees the person that he was about to attack has been killed by another one, and then turns and looks at you, lifts up his arms. The other one splits into 2 tentacles with hooks on the end. Sort of screams. It sort of runs at you with his arms flying behind his, but sort of inverted Naruto style. Sort of, it comes flying at you. What do you want to do?
I'm running away like a brave Sir.
Make a movement test. Basically, your your movement score, times it by 10, and roll a d100 against it. I'm doing the same thing for the creature.
No.
Oh no, he failed as well. So yeah, you're sort of maintaining distance as you sort of go running away. Which direction are you running in?
Towards the guy with the amulet.
Yep. Okay, you go running towards him. The guards see you running towards them. There's two guys there, both with like kite shields and swords. These swords are weird, actually. They're sort of normal swords. There's like a hook at the end, and they're actually using that to hooking it into one's hooking the creature, and then the other one's trying to stab them. So they're obviously working in pairs. And as you go running towards them, they sort of put the shield up.
5 gold crowns to whoever kills that thing.
Well, they're paying no attention. They are literally, they're not just holding the creatures back, as you see to the right, they're holding the townsfolk back as well. They also don't want anybody getting to this guy as he's doing whatever it is that he's doing.
Good luck.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to run around the side so I'm close to them and close to him, and hope that this thing gets distracted by them, or the fact that the thing gets close enough to them where they are going to have to do something to stop it.
Gotcha. As you go running along, you get a little bit too close to the shields. One of the guards takes a swing at you and completely misses. So yeah, as you sort of go running past them, trying to get around, he sort of takes a swing. Obviously doesn't want people coming too close. Takes a swing and misses. I need you to make another movement test, please. Okay, the creature's passed this time with a 29.
I pass with a 20.
Brilliant. So yeah, you're kind of maintaining distance, and basically as you run away. Nice one, King Arthur. So back to the other guys. You're now outside the front of the inn, and to the north. You can see people now running across the bridge. Some are injured, some are being dragged. But you also notice that some of these things, while you see them now, they're obviously chaos beasts, some sort of chaos cultists, or they've been warped by chaos. They've got blades for arms, exactly how I described them earlier. They come running across, but it's almost as if something's slowing them down, and then they stop, and these people carry on running, and they turn around about halfway across the bridge, and then run back towards the town. Or they attack people that are coming across the bridge.
I mean, is there anybody else that is actually going across the bridge in the direction that we're traveling? Right.
No, not at all. The people just stood there watching. Nobody's moving.
We'll have the element of surprise.
We're gonna have to push our way through a few people as well, I guess, to get to.
Well, it's not a massive crowds. People are often running different. It's like half a dozen at the moment, but there will be more coming, obviously. And they try to escape across the bridge.
I think we're gonna make haste. Yes.
Of course.
Well, we can call out for Christoph. That might get his attention.
Well, on this side of the bridge, with the cacophony, or however you pronounce that long word with all the C's in it, nobody will actually. Nobody's going to hear you, but you'll have to get into the town square before you start shouting for anybody. Right. But yeah, the sound is huge. You can hear more guns. In fact, there's an explosion. Obviously, one of the wagons is trying to get out. God knows what he was selling. Obviously, gunpowder, because the whole thing just erupts and shattering windows. You see a roof collapse. For a moment, the mayor's like, "Oh shit, my town!" But then he sort of goes back to his chanting. There's sort of bits of bodies and timber and bits of horse flesh are sort of falling down from the sky. As you guys, I take it you guys were heading across the bridge, yeah?
Yeah,
I think that was the plan. Yeah.
You guys go belting across the bridge. These things are, again, as I say, are sort of pushing and getting back and coming to about halfway. As soon as you go across the halfway mark, it's almost like a chill comes across your body, like you stepped over a barrier. Like there's something like you stepped into a freezer almost, with just a t-shirt and a pair of pants on a really hot day. So I'm trying not to visualise that. I don't know why I said it. So you basically just walked in and it's just pandemonium. It's almost as if whatever you stepped through, it was muting the sounds, because now it's ringing in your ears. It screams, it shouts, clanging of swords, roars. You can even hear cracking like bones as you're watching people twist and change in front of your eyes. It's absolutely. I was going to call for a pressure roll then. Sorry. It was really. It's just like I say. It's just horrific. And that's when you attacked, each of you, by one of these things. They've literally just finished butchering whoever they've found lying on the floor, and they all come running at you. Meanwhile, Christoph, you're running around the side of this area. Their shield wall goes all the way around. It's like a semicircle of steps, which goes up to the mayor's door. Their shield wall goes all the way around the semicircle of steps. As you run forward, you see somebody, just an innocent person, running towards the shield wall, shouting for help. And as soon as he gets there, the guard just stabs them straight in the chest. They go forward, obviously giving no mercy. The person falls back, sort of shocked and stunned, staggers into the shadows, and then sort of the tentacles and clawed arms come out, grab him, and tear him apart as he disappears into the alleyway. That's just for cinematic effect. So, what is it you want to do?
I'm just keeping. I'm going
Just scream
around.
like a high school girl.
I'm running around them, but not getting close enough that they will actually be able to stab me.
Yep.
But I'm staying close enough to them that eventually this thing that's following me may get bored with me and want to attack them.
Yes, a blood-crazed, sort of demon-infused creature of the night. Yeah, it's going to get bored at some point.
It might get bored. Yeah.
Oh,
It's got things to do. People
Anything's
are busy.
positive.
I would at about 12 o'clock when there's obviously 11
Exactly. Yeah, it's this time of night. Yes.
So you go running around. I need to make another movement test, please. He passes again with a 17.
No, I fail. 64.
Unfortunately, as you get round to the side, yeah, you're sort of keeping your distance, but now this thing is on you. It sort of leaps through the air. Its arm is a blade. Its legs are sort of turned back on themselves. It's like a giant grasshopper, and it literally just leaps through the air, and it comes crashing down on you. And its first attack, he rolls a 44 and fumbles. So yeah, well done. So that's going to look great. Just 1 second.
See, my luck is in.
Weapons, 44. He misses you completely, but the momentum takes him past you. He can't attack next round, and if you want to attack him now, you've got a plus 10 to your weapon skill. What do you want to do?
Okay, he's one side. I'm gonna go completely around behind the guards.
Yeah.
So
the guards will try and stop you.
Yeah, I'm gonna. They said they were circled, so I'm not gonna go close.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna put the guards and the circle of guards between me and the thing.
Sorry, they're around the bottom of the steps in front of the mayor's place, and the steps are like a semicircle leading up to the thing. So when you run down to the one side, you're going to come up against a brick wall.
Right, in that case, I'll go.
That's my fault. I didn't explain it properly.
I'll go down away and try and get out of eye shot of the creature while it's distracted and not, it failed. I'm basically moving.
And in that case, then, can you make an initiative roll? That's just under your eye. Just a normal D100 against your initiative.
24, yes.
To pass. And make another movement test as well, please. The creature failed, actually, 78.
64, I failed as well.
Okay, doesn't matter then. You sort of go diving. There's like an alleyway going down the side of the... did it in 3D then. There's an alleyway going down the side of the mayor's house, so you can get down there if you want to. It's very dark.
Cool, yep, I'll go down there.
Okay, you sure?
Absolutely positive. I'm lucky, remember.
Yeah. So anyway, so you go down the alleyway, and then we go back to your guys, and we shall go in order of... what's your initiatives?
44.
Mark's got 44.
35.
35.
35.
35. Okay. What is... In that case, then, Hagen and Lloyd, can you both roll against your initiative, please?
45.
51.
51. So you both failed. Okay, we'll just do it in order that I've got it written down here then. So Lloyd, so it's going to go Mark, Lloyd, then Hagen. So, actually no, sorry, that's silly. Mark, Hagen, then Lloyd. So, Mark, what do you want to do? This thing comes running towards you.
Yeah, I'm going to raise the crossbow. I'm going to take a shot at this first thing as it's coming across.
Okay, ballistic skill roll, please. D100 roll.
Yes. And I missed. 80.
Put up the shot. The bolt goes sailing past him and sadly misses. He comes flying in for a strike, and he rolls a 60. He literally comes past. The thing stinks, and as he sort of brings the arm down, the arm's still forming. There's all bone and like veins spraying blood as it's sort of coming down. Slams into the ground, really almost like a wet fish, and it sprays glow in all kinds of different directions. And that description just came into my head, and I have no idea why. I'm not going to sleep tonight. So, Hagen, you're next.
I'm going to move in front of everybody else, take the guard position, and strike at the first one that gets within range, and I'm going to try and strike to stun.
Okay, go for it. So you need to make a D100 roll, please.
Yep. Oh, 27.
27, that goes to 72, which is going to be to the body. So make your normal damage roll, so it's a D6, plus your strength, plus any bonuses that you have.
So that's 5 points of damage.
5 points? That's including your strength, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep, so knock 2 off that, because that's his toughness. So that's 3. So times by 5, you've got a 15% chance of knocking him out.
Yeah. So...
Okay.
Yeah. 2 off. 2 fucking 17. That's the
Well,
dice.
I'll tell you what. You're only 2% out, so tough. So you take the swing, and unfortunately, you do hit him. He goes staggering back, but just turns around and takes a swing back at you. And he rolls a 92. He's just changed, so he's a little bit confused and very, very shit. Lloyd. Sorry, Osgood.
Yeah, I'll try and take a swing at the one that's coming after me.
Weapon skill roll, please.
That is 15 out of 44.
You rolled a 15, yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent. So that's a hit. That goes to 51, which is a strike to the left arm, which is his weapon arm, which is quite handy. So roll a d6 and add your strength and any other bonuses for your weapon.
That is 8.
8 in total, yeah? So -2, that's a 6, that's 5, that's a -1 crit, so that's a good hit. So to his arm, so please, you're attacking with a sword, aren't you?
Yes.
Yep. So can you roll a d100, and the higher the better?
76.
That's brilliant, that's an 11 to his arm. Your blow strikes your opponent's hand, severing D3 fingers. 3 fingers. Actually, no, it's not fingers. He hasn't got fingers anymore. He's got a blade arm. So he cut the end of his blade arm off. Yeah. Anything held in the hand is dropped. Duh. That's not going to happen. And the hand is incapacitated until medical attention is received. Yes, he's going to call the doctor, I'm sure. The opponent's dexterity is permanently reduced by 5 points per finger. Blah 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 blah. Basically, yeah, you take a swing. You're going to lose dexterity points, but that's not going to matter. He's not going to go cartwheeling in front of you anytime soon. So you take a swing. You lock the end of his partially formed blade arm off. He howls. I'm not sure if it's pain or enjoyment, but there seems to be a sense of screaming pleasure to the pain, and staggers backwards, spraying green ichor in all directions. Christoph, you go running down this alleyway next to the main mayor's hall. There is as you go running down there, it's very, very dark. I'm rolling a d6. If you hadn't done that, as you go running down there, you can see that there are figures hiding in the shadows, literally, and you can hear soft whimpering. This alleyway also is a dead end.
Right, I'm looking. Is there a way of climbing up?
To the right there is a ladder leading up to what is kind of like a fire escape sort of setup. There's a ladder sort of leading. You're gonna have to climb on some crates.
That's fine. I'm climbing.
Yeah, in front of you, you can hear whimpering. You can hear the whimpering of children as well in the darkness. As you turn to climb in the alleyway entrance, the shadow of the one that's been chasing you appears. Obviously, here's the whimpering, and you hear it growling and moving down the alleyway. What do you want to do?
I'm climbing.
You're climbing?
Yes.
Okay. You climb up the ladder, you get to the very, very top, and in front of you is a doorway leading into the mayor's, obviously, the main building.
Cool.
Below you, you hear shouts and screams, and then, are you going into the building?
No, I'm holding there. This thing, is it coming up after me, or is
no,
it
it's
going
not.
down
No,
the...
it's heading straight towards the people hiding at the end of the alleyway.
Damn it! I'm going down there. Ah!
You're gonna jump down, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to jump down and charge at it.
Okay, then I will give you a +20 to your attack because you're jumping from height and it's kind of a charge, and that's kind of cool. So +20 to your attack, and if you do hit, I'll give you a +1 to your damage as well.
Very, very heroic, obviously.
Yeah.
You said 20 to hit. Yes, 49 out of 59 then. So yes.
You got him, yes. So
Yes,
you got a 20. That's an 02. That's a hit to the head. So you literally go jumping down, you go flying down, you slam down behind him, roll a d6 and add your strength score.
3 + 3, 6.
6. Have you already injured him? You haven't, have you?
No, I haven't.
You haven't, no. So that's 6, that's -2, that's 4. So that's knocks him down to 0. You sort of literally jump straight down out of the air. You go slamming down behind him. Your sword goes right into the back. You literally carve off part of his head. Brain matter goes spraying out and blood and all sorts. And he sort of, as if he goes, oh? And he sort of spins around with his blade ready. He takes a swing. I was about to say he takes a swing at -10. It's probably a good job I said that because he rolled a 24. That's a miss. So he spins around and swings and smacks into one of the barrels, which shatters. And then behind you, you hear. Actually, we'll come back to that. So, Mark, back to you. You fired a shot with the crossbow. This thing is still coming at you.
Yeah, I don't think I got a chance to reload. So I'm just gonna throw the throw the crossbow at him. Shout, catch! He's got no hands. Just to try and confuse him some more. And then I'm going to draw my sword.
Okay, make it roll. You throw the crossbow is going to be your action. So roll a Normal ballistic skill roll, please. You're just throwing an improvised weapon, so just take a throw. Just throw it.
26. That's a hit.
That's a hit. Okay, so roll a d6. Roll a d6. Add your strength, but -1 for an improvised weapon.
Okay, it's just 3 then.
3 points. That hits him or hits it.
Yeah.
Just write this down. I'm sorry, I've got notes all over the place. Post-it notes. They're great. I need to turn my fan off though. So yeah, you take a hit. You hit him. You actually hit him quite heavily as well. Probably better than the crossbow bolt because you're a shit shot. Let's face it. Yeah. So you basically throw the crossbow. It smacks him right in the face. Cracks something open. Blood and gore sort of start pouring down his face as he takes a swing at you and rolls a 42 and misses. Hagen.
Right, the one that I was defending against, was that the same one that was going for Mark, or is that a separate one?
No, it's a different one.
Right, in that case then, I will continue to try and pummel it to death, because I've just realised I only have knuckle dusters. I don't actually have a hand weapon.
You haven't got a hand weapon? Why not?
Because it didn't come in the profile of the character, and I forgot to write it down in the book when I made the character.
Because he has his hands. That's why not.
Hands?
This is true.
Yeah.
Okay, knuckle dusters it is. I'm glad you're honest about it, actually. I thought you were going to say, oh, well, we use my +10 sword of bastard. So, hold on just 1 second. Knuckle dusters. Oh, I haven't got the damage thing for knuckle dusters. I'll sod it. So, okay, make your attack then.
Well, the things have got training with them, so they're the equivalent of a hand weapon anyway. So
yeah. We'll just use it as a normal hand weapon.
Yeah. Right. So
well, make your attack.
80.
80. That's a miss.
Yeah.
So yeah, you take a swing. It's a swing and a miss. Just in case you want to know, some of the people that the creatures have killed, they have dropped hand weapons. There's a sword to your right and there's an axe to your left. Just in case, just little details I like to throw in there every now and then. He takes a swing and he misses. So we're now on to Lloyd. Osgood, sorry.
Okay, let's see. Again, try and
yeah, you've already heard him quite badly.
Let's try and take off your other hand.
Don't tell him what you're going to do.
I mean, I like to fight fair.
Yeah,
block this. That's a 73, so I'm guessing that'll be a miss.
It's a miss. Take a swing and sadly miss. He swings back with a 97. Ooh, that's really shit. He takes a swing back. He's obviously attacking something to your left that's not there. So, no, he completely misses. Meanwhile, Christoph. This thing has spun around now. He's got half his head hanging out. His ears down here somewhere. I don't know, listening to something different. And it's just, yeah, it's disgusting and pandemonium.
Okay, I'm going to stab him.
Stab him.
Everyone! Whoever's down
Do
there.
it.
Oh.
18.
18.
That's
38.
That goes to,
81.
81, which is a strike
Right
to the
leg.
right leg. So, mighty damage roll. D6 plus strength.
7.
-2 is 5. He was down on 0. So that is a -5 critical. So roll a D100, please.
27.
27. That's the best you could roll. Your blow amputates your opponent's leg and carries on into his groin. Oh, why did I say that out loud? Death from shot, blood's lost. Oh, he gives a shit. The guy's dead. So you swing the sword up, you tear through his thigh, up into his belly, and the follow through. Well, he can't now. He's dead. But anyway, sorry. The follow through. He sort of goes staggering back, collapses to the ground, hops a couple of times, and then collapses to the ground. Yeah, incredibly dead. Well done, you.
Nice.
Oh, what a hero. Okay.
Can the 12 behind you. No, I'm only joking.
Yeah. There's only 100 left to do.
Down the alleyway, there was like kids, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Don't worry. I've got you all. I'll protect you. I'll stand with my back to them, sword ready to defend them against anything else that comes down this dark, hidden alleyway.
Nice. If anything does attack you, I'm going to give you a +10 to your first attack.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Amadeus. Rock me, Amadeus. What are you going to do next?
I've now drawn my sword. While this thing is, I've just hit him in the head with the crossbow. Hopefully, it's a little bit dazed. I'm going to strike at him.
Make a blow. Roll a D100, and let's tell me what you roll.
I've missed.
Okay, you take a swing, you miss. He takes a swing back. He rolls a 34. He misses by 1%. I should have said that actually, and everybody knows what I'm rolling now. He takes a miss, and he misses by about 1,000,000%. And he basically
I'm glad
takes
to see
he's
almost as bad as I am with that.
Well, he's freshly turned, so a little bit shit.
Okay.
Probably a good thing. So yeah, he takes a swing. He actually beard it sort of flail past your head. It's that same as you sort of watching where you cut the tip off. It's like the actual claw itself is starting to harden without the tip on, and it sort of swings past you. You feel something leathery sort of brush against your cheek and something splash into your mouth. It's not nice. It's like, I don't know, Wetherspoons on a Friday. So yeah, it's actually disgusting. And then obviously other drinking establishments are available. So and then we go to Norgond.
Right, I will continue to attempt to pummel this guy, having struck once and then failed magnificently.
Make a blow. I mean, take a blow. Take a. Sorry, I wasn't suggestive. Just try and hit him.
Yeah, I've actually hit.
Brilliant, well done.
Yeah. So, D6.
There's one for next Christmas.
No, thanks for that. I was trying to get my head down. I'm drinking half a glass of wine. Fuck everything up. Sorry, go on.
4 points of damage because I rolled a 1.
How many points of damage, sorry?
4.
4. Okay, so that's 2 points of damage that you've done to him. That's fine. That still leaves him on, some points. I'm going to start blurting out the stats now. So yeah, you just go leaning forward. You take a swing and you hit. He takes a swing back. He rolls a 22 and hits. Do you have anything like dodge blow, anything like that?
I do have. Hang on, that'll read me on bloody handwriting now. 1 sec. I've got disarm, street fighting.
Not street fighting. You could have added a +10 to your rolls if you've got street fighting. If you're doing hand to hand.
Yeah, I've also got strike mighty blow.
He's got street fighting, not bridge fighting.
That would have given you a +1 to your damage as well. In fact, I can still add that. So yeah, you've done an extra point of damage to him. Okay.
Yay, Christmas! It's wonderful. I'm in full sorts. I know everything again. Right. So all I've got is the buckler to try and parry with, but that's about it.
Okay, in that case then, no, he comes flying in. You can try and parry if you want to. What you do is you roll against your weapons skill. This is a house rule, everybody, by the way. This is not an official part of the first edition rules. But if you want to parry, you roll a weapons skill roll, and if you pass your weapons skill roll, you will deflect all damage. However, you will lose your next chance to attack, so it's up to you. You can parry as many times as you have attacks.
So that I'll let him take a hit, fight fair.
No worries at all, fight fair. So he takes a swing, and he's doing 4 points of damage. What's your toughness?
Toughness of 5.
Okay, so you don't take any damage. So this is Naked Dwarf Syndrome. First edition, you've got to love it. So he goes flying in. He smacks you on. And it's a bit like, I don't know, Captain Marvel against Thanos. He basically comes flying in with a headbutt, goes smack right in your face, and you go boom, and you're not even phased. Meanwhile, Osgood.
I shall continue. I shall continue dueling with the.
Okay, you taking the swing?
One-armed gentleman. That is 15.
Sorry, I missed that.
15 out of 44.
15, so it goes to 51, which is a strike to the left arm. So you hit him with the left arm this time, and so yeah, roll a d100.
I break the habit of a lifetime.
Roll a d6.
It's 8 again.
8 minus 2. Blimey, yeah, you fit him really heavily. So yeah, roll. In fact, it doesn't matter what you roll. Actually, that's a -6 critical. So roll a d100. 84. Yeah, you've done it. You've done it this time. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Your opponent's arm drops to the ground in a welter of blood and gore. He staggers backwards for D3 yards, 1 yard, and then dies. I don't even know why they say that. Just say dies. So I just rolled a dice for no reason. The bugger's dead. So he basically slides into his arm. He slices his arm, and just caves his chest in. He goes staggering back and then falls down extremely.
And this concludes disarming opponents 101.
Who needs a skill when you've got a big fat blade? Meanwhile, Christoph, you're in the alleyway as you're standing there. The people behind you are sort of trying to get themselves even more hidden, pulling rubble in. Another one of these things appears at the head of the alleyway. This one seems a little bit larger than the others. In fact, it's a little bit taller, a little bit more willowier, longer hair. In fact, it looks like the elf that obviously you saw when you came around. The face is half formed, the jaw is sort of dislocated kind of thing style. It's all stretched down as this helmet's tried to form and then got caught under the jaw, then pushed it down. It sort of screams and you can't tell if it's pain or pleasure. Both the arms are tentacles with hooks on, and it comes running towards you.
I've killed one of you, and now I'm going to kill the other.
Oh, he completely rethinks his decision and fucks off home.
Exactly.
Okay, he comes flying down.
He's going to trip over now because he's not got any luck.
Let me just roll for that.
I'm going to
I'm
grab
going to ignore that roll.
ready my swords to strike him as he comes into range.
Remember, you get a +10 to your attack on this one because
I do, yes.
You're a bit of a cool dude as far as this is respects. He comes leaping towards you. He leaps from one wall to the next wall and then comes screaming down with the tentacles flipping outwards. Put your glasses on, everybody. Flipping forwards. Comes flying in.
I missed 65.
Oh, for God's sake. So he comes flying in. He takes a swing and it misses. Oh, fuck's sake. He rolls an 08, which is a hit. So he comes flying in. He has to 8 you. He basically wraps his tentacles around your body. You feel your breath being crushed out of you, even with your armour on. And he's doing...
Hang on. You didn't give me a chance. I'm going to dodge blow.
Oh, Mr. Dodge Blow in my skill list that I didn't declare.
Yeah, I can dodge blow. Yeah.
What are you rolling?
62, so I miss.
Okay, so anyway, wraps his tentacles around you.
So what you were saying...
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, let me finish.
Yes, sorry.
He's doing 5 points of damage. What's your toughness?
3.
Do you have any armour on your body?
I have 1 point of armor on my chest.
Around your body, yeah? Excellent. So he's doing 1 point of damage to you.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes,
Now, his face gets right into yours. The eyes all twisted. And you can see, you know, the sort of almond-shaped sort of elven eyes and that wisp of hair, and what used to be a rather attractive sort of finely boned face is now like the cheekbones coming out, and the eyes sort of roll back on itself and has turned to black, and little veins coming out of the eye. It's not nice, and also obviously hasn't brushed his teeth any time recently, so it's just disgusting. You're going to struggle to strike back. He's basically wrapped the tentacles. In fact, I need to make a dexterity roll as well, actually, to see exactly what he has trapped.
61.
What's your dexterity?
29.
Okay, so your left arm is trapped. So what about your right arm? Roll dexterity again, please.
20.
20, brilliant. Is your right arm your weapon arm?
It is,
Can we just take that as read, yeah? Okay.
Yes.
So he's wrapped the tentacles around you. He's caught your left arm. I don't know if you've got a shield or not, but either way, you're caught. But your right arm is still free. Losing my voice a little bit, sorry, guys. But your right arm is still free, and we'll cut back to Amadeus. You just killed your dude, didn't you? Are you still fighting?
No,
that's right. Oh, yeah. So, oh, no, it's Lloyd that's just killed his dude, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah, that's good.
So, Amadeus, what are you going to do?
I don't mean to brag.
I mean, I don't know if I can do this because I'm not sure about whereabouts we are on the bridge, but I'm going to kind of, with a yell, duck underneath this guy's flailing arms, jam my shoulder into his chest, and try and haul him over the side of the bridge into the river.
Okay, we'll say for the sake of cinematic argument, then you are close to the edge of the actual bridge. The edges as well have also crumbled away a little bit because it's a little bit shit. So yeah, there's a good chance you're going to be able to do that. But I will ask you to make a weapon skill roll as normal, please.
Okay.
Come on, man.
You got this.
Next.
What did you roll?
I rolled 80.
80. Okay, you try to get down below him and sort of charge up into him. But all you do is basically present your back as a target. You go flying into him, you sort of hit him, and it's like going into solid muscle. He tries to bring his sword down. He's going to hit as well, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Oh no, he's not. That's a 3. Whew. So yeah, he's sorry. Yeah, he sort of. I thought I'd roll 24, but I hadn't written 34. So he misses you roll 1% again.
Ooh.
So yeah, he sort of brings it down. He is hitting you on the back.
Yeah.
But he's sort of winded. Hasn't really done that much damage.
Okay.
Where are we now? We are with Norgund. Your boy's on 1 point. Oh, yeah. I'm shouting out stats again. So your boy's quite badly hurt. So what are you gonna do next?
I'll make a roll, curse the dice, and then you'll go on to Lloyd. So yeah, I will attempt to sort of land the last blow and beat this guy senseless.
Okay.
Or to death, whichever comes first. Next.
So you take a swing. Sadly, you miss. He takes a swing back, and he rolls a 65. He misses as well. And then we move on to Osgood. Osgood, there's no targets around you. All you can see is
Norgond with his.
Norgon's just taking a swing at his dude and missed. And by the looks of it, you're not sure what's happening with Amadeus, but he appears to be trying to do some sort of country dancing. He's gone in low.
But if he's dancing, he must be feeling pretty confident.
I was about to say they appear to be getting on quite well, but he sort of leaned over, trying to shoulder barge this creature, and this thing's smacking him on the back.
Yeah, I don't fancy yours much though, Lloyd.
The Morris dancing defense.
Yeah. Oh, it's a classic. Hit him with a stick.
Yeah, I'll have a poke at Norgron's one, because then we can clear that up, and then we can go and just sit back and watch the entertainment.
You're gonna go for Norgons, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. You step forward. As your flank, it's a flank attack for you. I'll give you a +10 to your weapon skill roll.
Missed by 5.
Okay. It doesn't take you. That was the only target. It doesn't take any more notice of you. Meanwhile,
flanking bonuses.
Yeah, Christoph.
Yes. I'm going to swing with my free arm that has my sword.
Okay.
And I'm going to try.
Okay, make your attack.
64. That's the second time I rolled 64. No, I fail.
Okay, you are flailing a little bit because obviously he's got his eyes, he's got his tentacles wrapped around you. Now his weapon skill attack will be basically him trying to constrict his tentacles to do more damage. There's like hooks, like kitten claws, or cat claws, or tiger claws in this case. Spines coming out of the tentacles and digging into your flesh and into your armor. By the looks of it, it's sort of slowly sort of twisting you around as if it's trying to rent flesh and armor off you. His weapon skill attack, it's an 11. That's a hit to the head. Oh shit. So yeah, he's going to hit, and he's doing 4, 5, 6 points of damage. What's your toughness?
3, and I've got 1 point of armor on my head.
Brilliant. So he does 2 wounds. How many wounds have you got left?
5.
He was hard as fucking nails. So he basically swings around, wraps his tentacles around you. Once then smacks over your head. I don't know if you've ever been attacked by a squid. I haven't. I'm just imagining it. So a big squid slaps into your face, and you feel the hooks drag down the side of your face. I don't know if that's normal for a squid attack. I'm just going to take it as read. So yeah, you can feel fresh blood and what have you, and salt, basically dripping down the side of your face. And then we go back to Amadeus, who's trying to do at this point, I think.
Yeah, well, I've kind of smacked this guy into the wall. I'm going to try and hit him with the sword that's in my left.
Make your swing, weapon skill attack.
Come on now. Oh, that didn't work.
That's another miss. Takes a swing and it's a miss. He rolls a 72 and he misses as well. Basically, if you can just imagine, you're sort of pushing each other. You're swinging and missing, but if you imagine it's more like you're sort of parrying each other's blows and pushing each other away. And
I think it's because we're kind of quite close in because we've kind of pushed him against the wall.
A bit of ball. He was like, "Oh, missed! Oh, I missed as well. Oh no!" Yeah. Imagine the sword fights in Princess Bride. If you just kept rolling like, more than 80, that would have been just shit. But
technique is wonderful.
Yeah, I know. But you are. Oh, switch to your left hand. But you are. You are fighting, sort of pushing each other off, and it's very. I don't know. It's
cinematic.
It's a nice extended action sequence. So
nice.
Norgond.
Again, I will attempt to beat this thing to death.
Go for it. Come on now, boy. You know you can do it.
Next turn.
He takes a swing at you. Oh, he hits, I'm afraid, with a 23. He swings down and hits, and he rolls for damage. It's all 5. He does 7 points this time. What's your toughness?
It's toughness 5. Is it to the body or the arm?
It is, what did I roll? 24. It's 42, and that is to the left arm. Well, one of your arms.
Yeah,
you got the arm on your arms?
I've got armor on my arm, so I've taken 1 point of damage.
Taking 1 point of damage. Brilliant. He sort of smacks you one, sort of giggles to himself, but once again, you're unfazed. You've been headbutted, you've been stabbed in the arm, and you don't give a dwarven shit. Meanwhile, Norgond.
Wrong one.
Osgood.
Meanwhile, Osgood.
You get there eventually.
Meanwhile, Lloyd, your character.
Let's go for another swingity swing.
Go for it. Swing and a miss.
001.
How many dice did you roll?
Well, it's.
You got 2 zeros and the 1 dice. Right.
1%,
that's a hit to the head. That's a good hit as well. This guy's already been. You've already hit him once, haven't you?
No.
You haven't hit him.
Norgron's hit him.
Norgron's hit him. Just he's down to 1 point. So roll your damage. D6 plus your strength, please.
7.
7. -2 is 5. That's a -4 critical. So can you roll a D100, please?
98.
Brilliant. So, to the head. Your blow slices your opponent's skull almost completely in half. And unless you make a successful weapon skill test, it will take you the whole of the next round.
God damn it.
3. Death is instantaneous. So basically, you just run up to him, sword. Well, you tell me. You hit him in the head and you're cleaving his skull in half. So you tell me what you do.
I mean, I love they do like a horizontal cut, like because I can aim at that level because the dwarf's shorter. So like
you go over the dwarf's head.
Yeah, just like a double hand swing right over the dwarf's head. You go straight into the bad guys. Yeah.
Yeah, he split it. Can you make another weapon skill test, please? As the body goes.
Yeah, I hope he didn't have one of those dwarven like mohawk. That may have taken a critical.
Can you make another weapon skill test? Yeah.
41 out of 44. So
okay, yeah. As he falls, you sort of give it a twist, and the sword comes free. He slams down to the ground. His head explodes like a ripe melon. I'm going to run out of metaphors at this point. So I ran out of metaphors in 1974. I don't know what I'm doing
like an
now.
Aggravated.
I was about to say, yeah, I'm just ripping all the shit off the fantasy novels I've been reading recently. So he basically just falls down, his head explodes, but he's dead. So that just leaves Amadeus, but we are now back to Christoph. Bit of a snap cut to Christoph.
A jump cut, yeah, we like it.
With a tentacled elf, which is not something I thought I'd say today. So it's yeah.
The name of a pub, isn't it?
I mean, I feel sorry for Christoph if he ever has some kind of
I am going to
probing from the elf.
Okay, to try and strike the elf down.
Do it, please, before we have any more hentai jokes.
Fantastic 38 weapon skill. 93.
Oh, for God's sake. He tries to crush you again, rolls a 78. Now, he is doing little bits of damage, and I'm going to roll... What's your toughness, sorry?
3.
3. No, you take that. I'm rolling half damage because he has got his arms around you. So I'm making strength rolls for him trying to crush you. He just rolled a 3, so your toughness takes it. You are getting lacerated. It is painful.
I have armor
as well. A shitload of plasters and germaline, but yeah, it's not taking anything away from your wounds. Meanwhile, Amadeus. Any other rolls that you want to fail tonight?
I think we just have to.
Pass one, just, shake it up.
I've done one. I've made a roll today. That's my quota.
Well, I tell you what. Let's make it 2. You going to make another attack?
As I'm kind of grappling with this guy, yes. Are
you going to try and still heave him over the side? What did you roll?
15. Yeah, I'm going to chuck him over the side. I want to throw him over the side.
I need you to make a strength test. Take your strength score, times it by 10, and roll against it, please.
Oh man, this is going to be so disappointing. It is disappointing. 56.
Well, what you do is you sort of barge into him to heave him over. You push him against the wall, and that your successful attack is going to make it more difficult for him to hit you.
Okay.
Shit, he rolls a 10. He hits you anyway. I'm sorry. So he basically swings down and hits you for damage. He's doing 3 points. What's your toughness?
My toughness is 4.
Okay, well you take it as you sort of hold him against the wall. You smack into the wall. It's one of those, those like stacked stones on fields. It's like a wall like that. So half of it sort of collapses and falls down into the fast-flowing water below. And he's sort of still belting on the back. And I don't know, the dwarf and the other dudes just watching. They say, "What the fuck is he doing?" So Norgond, we're on to you.
Well, as the target in front of me has just disappeared,
yep,
in a swelter of gore and a fountain of fleshy splatter. I'll look right at the next nearest target, which I take it is the one attacking Van Roth.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'll go help.
Okay. Yep. You're gonna go in for a punch, or do you want to scoop up a weapon off the floor? There's, like I said, there's an axe and a sword.
Can we just clarify? You're gonna help me, right?
Good question.
Yeah, roll a percentile. 50 plus. You help.
Just bear in mind, I'm not Christoph.
Right. So I'll. Good
it's okay,
point.
He's fired anyway because he wasn't outside my tent protecting me. He's fired.
So I'll quickly snatch up the axe, cause very dwarven, and I'll charge in and let the Chaos Spawn have it.
Okay, got it. You go charging in.
Yeah.
Scoop up the sword. I'll let you do that as a single action because it's quite cool. You scoop up the sword. You go flying in, and then you roll a d100 and.
Next.
Oh, okay. You go running at him, but like I said, the wall was
guy's
collapsing
tough.
as well. So can you make a dexterity roll?
I'm going to go out on the limb here and say no, but let's do it anyway.
Okay, when I said can you, I was just being polite.
So the important thing is I rolled the dice.
Yeah.
It's
try.
the taking part.
The numbers
It's the taking
weren't exactly what I
part.
was expecting. Okay, go flying forward, you go attacking him, they sort of shift their weight, you slam against the wall, and the wall destabilises just that little bit more, but you don't go over. I ain't that cool. But hey, heads up. Meanwhile, Osgood.
So, you still don't want to clear up? Or
Sorry,
you've got
I
the
missed
suit?
that. Say again, sorry.
Do you have anyone else to clear up on our side of the
Yeah,
bridge?
you've got the guy that's
Is it this
This
Mark's fighting, yeah.
indestructible guy.
Yeah.
Nowadays, fine. Okay, I'll come on over.
Okay, you're
Just
going to
because,
swing.
life is short.
I hope you miss now.
Okay, make you roll.
36 out of 44.
Is that a hit?
So.
Oh, I did.
Yes, it is.
It is brilliant. So you take a swing and you hit, and you roll a d6. Now
Bitterness gets you nowhere, buddy.
You haven't even hurt this guy. Oh
That's,
no, you have,
5.
haven't you? Hit him with a crossbow for
I
5.
did.
That's 2. That's 3. So that's a -1 critical.
Ooh.
24
31.
goes to 42, which is the left arm, and that's a 41. Which is sorry, what did I say? -2 critical.
Minus
Yes.
1.
-1. I'll do 41. That's a 5 to the arm, and that is you slice him through his forearm. Well, you slice through his already injured arm, which is now a claw. It doesn't drop anything. The arm is incapacitated. Any actions attempts with this arm, he can't. Every time he makes an attack now, he's going to be at -20 because this is his weapon arm. So you go flying forward. You literally just slice him through the arm, and that gives Amadeus the opening he's been looking for. What we going?
I'm tempted just to walk away now because now they're on equal footing.
Just walk away whistling of my job is done. That is nice wine, to be fair. So, Christoph, this thing's
I'm
trying
going
to push the
to-
life out of you.
Try and kill him.
Okay, make you roll.
I'm going to fail, but I'm going to try.
You won't fail. I believe in you.
I don't. Oh shit! About
95. I failed.
Yeah, when I said I believe in you, I mean I believe.
What's
you're
with
gonna
these
pick up.
dice rolls
You
tonight?
lied.
Jeez,
It's not
man.
good tonight, is it? 74.
Remember, we're starter characters with only 1 advance.
That's true. Yeah.
That is true.
So he takes he tries to crush you, but he's still got you a lot. Suddenly, a shadow looms out of your right hand side, and one of the kids, when I say he's a kid, he's probably in his teens. He was hiding, comes running forward with what looks like a piece of wood with a nail in it, and he takes a swing at a D100. In fact, you can roll a D100 for me, please.
Jesus,
He's a
everybody
normal,
hates
everyday
Christoph.
person. You need to roll 33 or less.
90.
90. He takes a swing and misses, but it does get the creature's attention, which might make things a little bit easier for you. I really hope. Meanwhile, Amadeus.
Yeah, okay. After seeing as Osgood's just kind of come in, slice this thing's arm off, I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to try and lash out with the sword that I've got in my hand too.
Do it. Weapon skill roll.
No. Oh! No.
Yeah, statistics dictate that you should hit eventually.
Yeah, yeah, I know, but we're only playing tonight.
Yeah.
So
no,
you basically
62.
you're 62. That's a
Yeah.
miss. Now this creature's a bit miffed because he's just been smacked by Osgood, so he turns his attention to Osgood, spins around, the arm flails out sideways, and he rolls a 44. Oh, that's a critical fumble. So he spins around and completely misses.
He's going through the wall. Surely.
It
Your
kills
blow
it.
misses your opponent, and the momentum takes you with it.
Oh.
He can't attack next round, and you get a +10 bonus. Anybody who attacks him gets a +10 bonus to their weapon skill. But I'm also going to make a dexterity roll for him. He rolls an 88 on his dexterity. That's a fumble as
Wow.
well.
Yes.
Oh, fuck it. So yeah,
Does he just
spins
impale
around.
himself on his own like
Yeah,
sword
no,
finger?
he spins around, takes a swing at you, completely misses. Momentum takes him forward, he staggers, trips over a brick, falls sideways, and goes over the side of the edge and falls down. And he will return. And he falls down into the raging torrent below. You'll recognise him next time you see him because the helmet was slightly twisted and his tongue was hanging out the side.
And he's missing an arm.
That's right, and he's missing part
Is
of an
that
arm.
Christoph?
Yeah, and he disappears into the raging torrents below.
That still counts as one for me.
I've completely lost score.
That's 3-0. Don't worry, I'm keeping track.
Meanwhile, Christoph, what do you want to do?
Well, John, the same thing I did last round.
Right,
I
take
failed
over the
attacking.
world.
Failed to take the mutant out.
Come on.
I don't freaking believe it.
What?
17! Yes!
Yeah, there we go. That's a 71.
Yes!
That hits the body. Roll a d6, and please, for the love of God, roll really high.
2 plus 3, 5.
Oh, that's bollocks. So anyway, so you take a swing. You hit him. Not
Can't
two,
expect everything,
three.
you know.
I know, it's terrible. Well, you've hurt him anyway. I mean, you've taken a swing, you've smacked him one. The sword's gone. He was obviously slightly distracted by this kid, who I will ask you to roll for again, actually. So can you roll a d100, please? And I want 33 or less. What did you roll?
7.
You rolled a 7.
7.
The kid hits him with a plank with a nail in it.
Sake.
So roll a d6. I'll give the kid a strength of 2. So roll a d6. Actually, just roll a d6.
4.
4, because I'm going to take 2 off for improvised weapon. So that's 4. You rolled 4. His strength is 2. So you're just rolling 4 damage, basically. So you've done 2. Yeah. Sorry. He's done a -1 critical. So can you... He hit him in the head. Sorry, hit him in the body. So can you roll a d100, please? Either better.
Another bloody good roll. 30.
30.
I would have hit something if I hit, but, you know.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, it's a good roll, but not as far as critical.
I know, exactly. Exactly. I'm cursed.
So that's a 30. What shall I use? I'll use blunt weapons to the body. That's what's the roll? It's 30. That's a 3. The blow hits your opponent's chest, bruising you through ribs. Your opponent is knocked to the ground and may only parry for the next D4 rounds until he regains his feet.
Shall I roll a D4, or do you want to roll a D4? I have a D4.
Roll a D4 for me, please, because of all the dice, I don't have one to hand.
Guess what?
What do you want?
You can take a D12 and divide by 3.
My luck is fantastic. 1 round.
Yeah. 1 round. Well, it's enough. He smacks him. He can only parry. So you basically get an attack. He can try and parry off his weapons skill. And because he's prone on the floor, that gives you a +10 to your weapons skill as well. So the kid runs up again, swings around. The nail goes into him. Obviously, I don't know. You can hear the air leave his body. His breath is disgusting. And he goes staggering. It's obviously been eating Frey Bentons. He goes staggering backwards. Other pies are available, and he staggers back and falls down onto the ground. His tentacles go flying about in all directions. In fact, we'll stay with you because the other guys are having a breather at the moment because their combat is over. It's your next. Well, he can't attack. So what do you want to do?
I'm going to attack him. Did you say I've got +10?
You get a +10 to weapons skill.
Still going to fail.
You're not going to fail. I believe in you. I keep saying that. I don't mean it anymore.
99.
Oh, you got to be shitting me.
No, I'm not shitting you at all. 99.
Why do you play this game?
I don't know. I got talked into it by a fantastic GM, obviously.
Be good at being bad. That's the.
Yes.
What can I say? Your blow goes wild. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, leaving you in an awkward position.
Oh shit.
Your opponent will attack first next round, regardless of initiative. So you take a swing, and you literally sort of go, ugh! And you completely miss. The sword goes swinging past him, slams into the ground, sparks fly in all directions.
He is grappling me, of course.
Will attack next round, yeah. But the kid damaged him as well, so I'm going to roll a d6. If I roll an odd number, is going for the kid. No, he's going for you, sorry. So he's on the ground. Oh, no, he can't attack.
No, he
He
can't.
can only parry.
Yes, he can.
So we can't attack anyway. So then we go to the next round, and we go back to normal initiative, and you've got higher initiative, so you can attack again.
But he goes first, doesn't he?
No, because this is the next round that he can't
Next
attack
round.
him.
Okay.
This is the round after.
Is he still prone?
Oh, no, actually, no, the kid can attack.
The kid can attack.
The kid can. Can you roll that dice for me again, please?
62.
Or less. He misses.
Yeah.
Only a kid with a plank with a nail in it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's not prone. You can make you attack now.
Although he's probably better than my dwarven bodyguard at defeating this opponent.
Do you know, I'd love to get into a long, involved discussion about the merits of having a dwarven bodyguard, but right now, something's trying to kill you.
I know,
Like a
so
nice
I
roll.
better kill him.
I'm sure your dwarven bodyguard's going to have a lot to say about that later.
68.
Oh, for God's sake. He takes a swing back. He rolls an 81. He misses. The sword goes wild. The crowd goes wild. I'm going to give
By
back to the
changing
guys.
dice.
Yeah, please. I think I will as well, actually. I just want you dead now. So yeah.
I'm too lucky to kill.
Can you roll for the kid as well, please?
80.
80, no. If the kid misses once more, he will retire from the combat because obviously he's fighting out of pure fear right now. So you make another attack.
Okay.
This is when things get a little bit whiffy with Warhammer First Edition.
Do I still have the 10 pen points from him being prone?
You don't. He's back on his feet now.
Back on his
feet.
feet.
His legs bent in a weird angle, and he sort of went to his feet like a scissor lift.
Well, in order to drive the story forward, which I think we're going to do, because I'm only missing by less than 10 points, I'm going to use my luck.
Okay. Got the pen out.
Make a note.
Okay. So,
I mean, there's no way that's gonna bite you back.
Probably
10
not,
points.
but I don't know anything about being lucky or unlucky here.
I mean,
Because,
it's
of
true.
course, that
Look.
stupid worthless... Hang on.
Look just
I've
happens.
got a dwarven insult generator here. Let's have a look. You loathsome, anvil-headed daffodil.
Did you actually go out into the trouble
yeah.
of printing
You
that?
take that back.
No,
You take that back.
I printed it
the
out
daffodil?
anyway for my daughter.
The dwarves really don't do themselves any favors.
Okay,
that's
so
brilliant.
did my luck mean that I actually
Based the
hit
whole
it?
game around that.
I know.
Sorry, yes. What did you roll to hit anyway?
I rolled 43 to hit, and
Okay,
I have
so
a
you're bringing that down to 33, yeah?
33, yes.
Okay, brilliant. So that's a hit.
That is
So
a hit. Yes.
remember, this thing is already badly hurt.
Yes.
So roll your d6, add your strength.
3 plus 3, 6.
-2, which is 4. Is a 1, so that's a -3 critical. What did you roll to hit? Sorry, 33, wasn't it? So that's
33.
the left arm, I think. No, it's the right arm. So, yeah, mate, wait, you roll. -3 critical. The higher, the better.
92.
Ah, beautiful. Thank God. So you swing it around. Yeah, your blow severs a major artery. So basically, you sort of, well, you're not constricted anymore. You bring the sword, it goes into his arm, goes through his arm, out the other side, and then into the side of his chest. Obviously, when I say major artery, you stick the point of your sword into his heart, or where an elven heart should be. Shove it at your arse for all you know. But he basically just swings around, goes straight into the side of him, utterly wipes him out. He sort of gasps. Again, that's that weird scream of one part horror, pain, and one part pleasure. And when you pull the sword out, it just collapses. Like the blood is sizzling on your blade.
Kill the elves! Kill the elves!
Oh no, God! You have waited for so long to say that, and I know for a fact that that's it now. That's going to make the Christmas fucking list eclipse. So anyway, he falls down. He's very dead. Well done. You've killed an elf. I'm going to actually send you something to the post, which is going to say kill the elves.
It's tragically not
in
elves
future.
plural.
Yeah. So well done, you. The kid staggers back. He's sort of horrified at the sight.
Good job, kid. Good job.
He drops the plank and then disappears. The fighting is still raging out in the market square. Doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon. Back to the 3 guys on the bridge.
It's not going to end anytime soon the way we're going.
Sorry, Christoph. Well done, mate, for sticking with that. That was epic. So back to the 3 guys on the bridge, and the kill the elves comment as well. I'm going to give you extra experience for that. So anybody else want to shout out a catchphrase? So you're back on the bridge.
Catchphrase.
Extra 10 points of experience.
Say what you see.
Oh, I was going to do that one. Oh.
I see lots of people getting murdered. So yeah, there's lots of shouts and all sorts. Then you hear somebody shout, "Kill the elves!"
There's Christoph.
Does that? No, that doesn't ring a bell. No.
No one else would be that passively racist.
What do you want to do?
I think we should be making our way across the bridge back towards the town.
Yeah,
see if we can find our friend who obviously needs our help.
Mm.
Who obviously needs Osgood's help.
Yes.
Yes,
It's fine. I mean, to be fair, I've done all I can this evening. I think the rest is up to you.
You're going to go back to the inn now and have a pipe. That's me done.
Come back when you've killed 3 mutants.
You start heading back to the town. You see the town square in front of you. That's where the most of pandemonium is. But what's really weird is that these things are now grabbing the corpses and are dragging them through the square. Very dead corpses. So they've got hooks and what have you in their arms. They're slamming them through the meat of the leg, like a butcher's hook, and dragging them across the yard, to the courtyard. Sorry, the market square, to the fountain in the centre. They're still bubbling with the frothy red blood. It's actually really, really disgusting. So yeah, they're sort of dragging these bodies over, and they're chucking them in pile onto the plinth and onto the into the fountain. As the pile makes, it's like there's something underneath the pile moving. You see the whole pile sort of pulsating, and it's like the bodies are being sucked into something, and whatever it is, it's getting larger and larger. This is when you get to the edge of the town.
Maybe
Sorry,
we should stop them from making it bigger.
Yeah, what do you want to do? Sorry, Norgond, I missed what you said then. What did you say?
We need to find the manling and get out of here. This is not our problem.
That's when you see to the left, where you are. Yeah, to the left, you see the mayor on the steps as I described in front of the big town hall. Semicircle of steps. The guards are surrounding. There's a couple of dead guards now. Some others have stepped forward with kite shields to fill the gap, and they're still fighting off townsfolk as well as these mutants. And the mayor stood there with this thingy, with this weird. It's almost like a Celtic crucifix, but upside down. And there's like a big dome, circular thing on the top. It's covered in runes. And he's just there with his eyes closed, and he's obviously just chanting something to himself. And then you see, as these things are running forward, whatever he is doing, he's keeping them back, and they're all keeping back, and then falling back upon other people in the square.
Looks like somebody was prepared.
Yeah, but it's not that helpful if it just saves him, his guard, and everybody else dies.
You still got that crossbow?
Yeah, I would have grabbed that, I imagine.
Of course you would, yeah.
After,
I think we walked past one of the bolts on the way here.
And now.
Yeah, you get your bolt back. Let's face it. If you're not going to hit anything with it, you might as well keep it.
Yeah, we've got a bit of rope tied to the end so we can retrieve it after a fight.
It's your favourite one. It's the one that you fired more than 6 times. Still intact. Nobody knows why. So anyway, sorry. I'll like take the piss out of you.
It's the only one I've got.
Yeah, you've got it,
I've only ever needed the one.
So yeah, what do I do?
I mean, yeah. From where we're standing, does it look like he?
It doesn't look like he's controlling them. It looks like nothing's controlling them, but he is holding them back. In the background, you can actually see the doors leading in. There's obviously lots of sort of very noble people, very well dressed and rich people. And some of them are sort of just stood there sipping out goblets and watching what's going on, as if it's a regular
that's not good, is it?
Not good at all. It's the rich for you, though, isn't it? So they're kind of watching everything. Everything's kind of happening as is there. I will tell you. I'm not telling you what to do, but if you do take aim for a couple of rounds, you will get a +20 to your weapon, to your ballistic skill.
Oh, that means that I might almost be able to hit if I do that.
How many rounds to aim does he need to get like a +40?
Oh no, 20 +20 is the maximum, I'm afraid.
Oh, okay, that's a shame because that would have almost given me a 50% chance to hit.
I feel really bad for you. I'm gonna take a crossbow as one of my main weapons. What's your ballistic skill? Not good.
Well, we know where his XP's going.
In that case, I mean, it looks like these rich folk
are safe inside the mayor's home.
Yeah, and I don't know. Would I be angry about that? I don't know. Because
would you? You tell me. There's no alignment in this game, so are you pissed off? What are you gonna do about it?
Are you pissed off?
No, pissed off's down the alley. I go. Yeah, I'm gonna take umbrage at this, as they're obviously killing the people that are trying to get to safety as well, and he's not helping.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take aim at the mayor.
Okay. And take 2 rounds. In those 2 rounds, I'm going to roll a d6, and if I roll a 1 at any point, something is going to come running at you, and it'll be up to these guys. I don't know if it's laid out correctly. I'm pointing here. It'll be up to Osgood and Norgond to protect you as you take aim. First round, I rolled a 2.
We just step aside.
I rolled another 2. So yeah, you're fine. You get your 2 rounds. But as you're aiming, your concentration's on that. Everybody else, except for Christoph, who's still down the alleyway, that sounded a bit dicey. So, and this mound of bodies, which is pulsating and growing, the side of it erupts open, bodies and parts and bits and bobs fly everywhere, and a wing, a huge, like a vulture's wing, comes blasting, covered in gore and dripping blood, comes blasting out. Obviously summoning something that you don't want to see. The wing comes blasting out, bits of gore and bodies flying all directions. It's actually quite disgusting.
Well, at least that gives me a reason why I miss in a moment.
I'll make you roll. I'm so tempted to take a break now, but no, I want you to make the roll.
Yeah.
What'd you roll?
End on a high note, hopefully.
I got a +20, didn't I?
You got a +20.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've hit. I have rolled 38
on
On a 56.
That goes to 83. You shoot him in the right leg, because that's where I'd shoot somebody holding something. So yeah, you pull off the shots. Yeah, it goes blasting through the air. Crossbow bolts. Now, oh my lord, what have I done with
They got a 4 damage. So I rolled D6 and add 4, I believe.
D6 and add 4. Yeah.
And I am rolling a 6.
He's got,
I've rolled a 4, so I've done 8 points of damage.
That's fantastic. That's 8 points of damage. His toughness is only 2. That puts him down to 6, but his wounds are only 3. So you've done a -3 critical to him.
I've hurt someone!
Oh, well done. And when it counted as well. Oh, my God. It's almost like a Saturday afternoon special. So you pull off the shots. No. It goes flying down. With a -3 critical, roll a D100.
19. I saw the 9 and got excited, and then I saw the 10.
No, that's still pretty good. 19, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so it goes blasting through the air. That's a 6 to the leg. Huh. The shot transfixes your target's calf. Movement and initiative are halved until medical attention received. The target must also test against initiative or go down.
Ooh.
On who?
A failure on any medical treatment roll to remove your missile results in an additional D4 damage. That's a good hit. So he makes an initiative roll.
You shot the mayor.
He utterly fucks it with a 99. Okay, he fumbles his roll with a 99.
Okay.
Basically, you shoot him in the leg. He staggers down the steps like he drops whatever it is, which falls to the ground. Can you roll a D6 for me?
I can.
If you roll an odd number, it's good for you.
Oh, it's an even number. It's a 4.
No, it doesn't break. It hits the ground, slams into the ground. Whatever it was heavy. This god almighty gong, almost like it was hollow, it sort of rings out. He staggers to the side. He's in absolute agony. He falls to the ground and falls down the steps. That's when you see one of these creatures runs forward. It was slowing down, but then it speeds up again and then leaps into the shield wall. Whatever he was doing to hold them back, you've just broken it. That's almost like
that may not be a good
wonderful.
thing.
Yeah, wonderful. The first time you succeed on hitting something is just to make the situation worse.
Almost like a signal, like these creatures suddenly realise now, these mutants or whatever the hell they are, kind of realise now that the way is free. And loads of them just go running towards the shield wall. Shield wall goes up, but in moments is almost overwhelmed. You see the people inside the building screaming, slamming the doors as the first creatures start pouring over the side. But then there's a god almighty roar, and then another wing bursts out of the pile of bodies. Again, gore and blood sprays up as the wing sort of comes up, and it's something is starting to come out the pile of bodies, and that's where we'll take a break. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for sticking with us, and welcome to the second part of tonight's game, Everyone Dies. The Rising. Sorry, I said that out loud. That was my inside voice just coming forward.
Everyone but Christoph dies.
Yeah, sorry, Christoph. I don't like you that much. So, yeah, so here we go.
We shall see.
2. Yep. The dice will decide, I think you'll find. So, yeah, part 2. Where were we? So these things are throwing themselves over the shield wall. They're literally leaping over, smashing into it. The guards are doing their very, very best to hold them back. And the mayor is he's got a crossbow bolt sticking out. You're not getting that back, I'm afraid, Mark. You've used it now. You've shot your bolts.
I think it's now evidence.
So yeah, it's evidence. He's got his name scratched on it. He never thought he was going to lose it. So so the bolt is through his leg. Mark, you muted. Okay. So what did you say? Sorry.
I was just going to pass the crossbow. I was going to ask him if he'd hold that for me.
Oh dear. So so he's trying to pull himself up the steps. He's screaming at the top of his lungs. Obviously, he knows what's coming. This thing has hit the ground, and the mutants are sort of giving it a wide berth. And now that he's not holding onto it, obviously doesn't have the power that he had when he was holding onto it. So yeah, they're sort of running around it, and they are tearing into these things. Into these guys. There's something in this mound of bodies, and it's gurgling really loudly, as if it's like something like it's drawing in its first breath, and it's underwater, like in the thick mucus. So it's like it's breathing in, as if it's it doesn't sound nice at all, and that's really hurt my sinuses. Won't be doing that again in a hurry. So yeah, it sounds really bad. But what do you want to do, Christoph? You hear this shouting out in the and then you hear those guards screaming, and you can hear this really strange, that snorting noise, which I just did, which I will not be repeating. What is it you want to do? You've got the ladder going up to the doorway in the side of the mayor's hall, or you can head back down the alleyway.
Will I be able to see more if I climb up the ladder again? Because I've already been up there once.
Yeah, the ladder goes up, and the houses that are next to you are a little bit lower. They're only about 1 or 2 stories.
I shall
Is that
climb
what you
up.
want to do? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
I'm
you
going to climb up.
When
and
you
have
get
a look
to the
over.
top, when you get to the top, you see these 3 at the edge of the square. You see Amadeus looking quite smug with himself, lowering his crossbow, and you can't see what's happening in the front, but you see a lot of these mutants are running towards it and not being repelled. So obviously, whatever was holding them back isn't holding them back anymore. They're sort of leaping. There's sounds of fighting and screaming, but more than anything, you see these 2 vulturous wings covered in gore and dripping with slime and ichor. They've sort of come out now. I was about to go new style. They've sort of come out now, and they're sort of hanging in the air, sort of stretching out, and they're sort of shaking as if whatever it is drying itself. And you can see there's a lot of bits of flesh and gore in between these big feathers, and they're sort of dropping down as well and landing with horrid splashes onto the floor. I don't know how much more description I'm going to be able to do now without actually sleeping tonight. So yeah, it's actually quite. There's something at the front of the mound of these bodies which is slowly pulsating and trying to push itself out, like it's trying to crack the shell of an egg. Even. What do you want to do? Take notes.
Take cover and watch to see what's going on.
Okay.
I'd just like to point out that
pandemonium.
I think Christoph has mistaken smugness for amazement.
Yeah. As you're watching, the mayor's crawling up, there's pissing blood out all over the floor. He's screaming as one of these things comes smashing through his guard. They fall down with one of the long sort of claw-like things going into this guard's mouth and out the top of his head, and the head gets ripped off with the spine. He goes bits and flying in all directions. He comes flying towards the mayor. He sort of turns around. He's put his hand up. And he's sort of just screaming, no, I pay tribute! And the claw goes through his hand and in through his eye, sort of pins his hand to his eye, as he's there just screaming, and suddenly goes quiet, as more crowd around him as if he's the focus of their rage, and just stab him and what have you. The others go to the door, which is now being closed, and start ramming against the door. The door's been closed and locked, but they're all piling up against it now, trying to get into the town hall, basically.
The town hall's the building next to me, or the building.
One that you're on at the moment, yeah. You want to move location?
I'm considering moving location, but I'm also considering that at the moment I'm actually quite safe up here. I'm just going to continue to take cover and just keep an eye on what's going on.
Okay.
Kind of holding my tongue at shouting some insult to my crappy bodyguard down there.
What do you want to do? You 3 on the floor, and then thick of it all. You've just seen the mayor get.
Does it look like they're all distracted now? All of these things.
It does,
are they going for
There are still things pulling bodies towards the mound and the fountain. There's no more that you can see attacking anybody. It looks like they're preoccupied with dragging bodies or trying to get into the town hall.
And then this thing.
I think we should try and reinforce the town hall. I don't want to fight the big wingy thing.
I'm looking for the manling in the corpses. Is he there? Is that him?
You've not seen him yet.
Looking for his purse, anyway.
In fact, sorry, Norgon, can you make a initiative roll, please?
I mean, this will be a no, but I'll give it a go.
This is going to be the best roll you make of the night.
41. 6 over.
You're 6 over, so you failed. No, unfortunately. You don't see the manling anywhere at all. You're looking at the ground, that's why. So, yeah. Nothing around at all. What do you guys want to do?
I mean, we came here
to help
Christoph.
the town hall. I mean, you've kind of...
Are you joking?
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the moment, we could try to find Christoph, but at the moment,
those people there, they were murdering the townsfolk to protect themselves, and you want to go and save them?
Well, the problem is we're trapped between them and whatever's crawling out of that mess over there.
Well, let's just do what Norgon said. Let's just get out. Let's just find Christoph and leave. Let's get out of here.
All right.
This sounds like it's
We're looking for Christoph.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as I say that, I'm
really
checking the corpses.
Christoph? No. The thing is, we were on the wrong side of the bridge. What? When did that happen? Yeah, we were on the wrong side of the bridge. We aren't that lucky. He's going to be alive somewhere.
Oh, yeah, you usually looked, didn't you, Christoph?
I did, yeah.
Look, he's our friend and he owes this man money. And I point at Norgond.
I mean,
That brings back bad memories. So while you're on this balcony with this ladder just below you, the door behind you, Christoph, suddenly bursts open, and out comes a guard accompanied by 2 or 3 very, very well dressed, very wealthy looking people who are looking terrified.
Well, they should.
And one of them, one of the blokes, he's got his big floppy hat on. He's quite large, fingers covered in rings. He's got bits of chicken in his beard, and it basically sort of comes out and he's going, "I don't understand. If it's gone wrong, why didn't he smash it? Why didn't he just smash it?" As he's coming out this door.
Oh. Good evening.
The guard turns and sees you, and obviously there's a look of panic on his face. He's got a short sword in his hand, and he charges.
Turn on the charm, Christoph.
My name's Christoph. What do you want to do?
I'm going to dodge out the way of his attack.
Okay, what is your initiative first of all?
34.
34, and his is 33. So yeah, you're 1% better than him. So you can make an attack if you want. It's up to you. What do you want to do?
How close are they?
It's quite a large balcony. It's quite wide. So probably about 10 feet.
So I can get right up to the fat guy with the rings and that.
You have to get past the guard. It's the guards come running forward.
Guards charging at me. I kind of, hey, don't do anything to me. I'm just an observer here.
Make a charisma roll. It's not charisma, is it? What am I talking about?
Fellowship
roll.
I'm going to use my charm.
Oh, give yourself a +20.
There you go.
Don't
he
fail.
He can turn it on. He can turn it on when he needs to.
30.
30. Okay.
50 against 54.
Okay, so he comes running forward with the sword up. As you say that, obviously you turn the charm on a little bit, give him a bit of a sly wink. He comes running forward and he sort of slows down and says, "What, are you part of the entourage?"
The entourage? I woke up in a tent and the whole place is going crazy.
He turns around and looks at the big dude with all the rings on. The big dude just goes, "Just get rid of him!"
Oh.
At that moment, the guard's looking at the big dude and not looking at you.
Okay. Stab the bastard.
Meanwhile, Norgond, I need you to make another initiative roll, please.
Yes.
Yes.
I have actually managed it.
Yay!
Something catches your eye by the as you're sort of watching what's happening, because something now is starting to come out of the pile of bodies. Obviously, it's all kicked off. They're still trying to get into the town hall. But something now has happened. You can actually, there's a balcony on the side of the top, and you see a familiar figure stood there with a sword in his hand, but his hands up. There's a guard in front of him, sort of looking a little bit confused. Yes, it's Christoph. When he's got his back turned to you. That's just a hint. So
now's your chance. Shoot him.
I'm gonna find my one crossbow bolt.
It's going to take him 30 rounds to reload.
I gotta go and retrieve that
for the next
first.
session. So yeah.
I'll point him out to the rest of the group and go, "There's the manling."
What do you want to do, Christoph?
I'm going to attack the guard. He's coming at me. I'm defending myself.
Okay, give yourself a +20 to weapon skill because
with all the honour of the Empire. 13.
13. That's a 31. That's a strike to the right arm, if I'm correct. Well, I don't know if I am, but at this point, I don't give a shit. So yeah, you sort of take a swing, and yeah, you hit. So roll your d6.
9 points.
9 points.
9 points.
Ouch. You've hit him on the arm. He's not wearing armour there. He's only got a breastplate on. He has 3 toughness, so that goes down to 6, and 4 wounds. So that's a -2 critical to his arm. So roll a d100.
63.
63. You've taken his arm off. So as he turned round and wasn't looking at you, and you go flying in, and yeah, you slice his arm off. He sort of screams at the top of his lungs. His arm goes flying off in a different direction to his body, and he goes staggering against the what do you call it, the barrier, and sort of goes over the barrier. He's sort of, there's blood pouring down, and that kind of gets the attention of the things down below who kind of look up to see where the screen came from and where the blood's pouring from. As you guys watch, 3 or 4, maybe more, of these things go running around the side of the building as if they're looking for a way up. One of them obviously sees a ladder as he goes running down the alleyway. The big guy with the rings on his fingers sort of sees his bodyguard go over the side now, sort of flop and disappear, obviously getting sliced to to pits, gets sliced to bits as to whatever he falls into.
The
He turns
armpits.
around, he sort of grabs hold of his chest as if he's having a heart attack and goes staggering back against the door. The people behind him, who are obviously trying to get out, are screaming, just go, what's going on? And pushing him out, they're all basically just trying to pile out the building. Below, outside you guys, you see the front doors just smash inwards as these things break through. Like I say, given this thing, this stone, whatever it was, thing on the floor, a wide berth.
I've told him before, that's not how you disarm somebody in combat.
I don't know. It seems pretty effective.
It was effective. What do you want to do?
I'm going to go and retrieve my crossbow bolt. No, kidding.
This is why you got to attach a rope to it.
I know I forgot something. I was panicked.
Yeah, I panicked and shot a priest.
I mean, these 4 things that are going after Christoph, they're back to us, right?
Yep.
I mean, you know,
Attack a surprise.
May as well.
Gonna go for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Okay, you go running towards these things. One's already on the ladder, climbing up as you guys go running down the alleyway. As you're going past, you notice that that thing that the mayor's dropped is sizzling almost, like the steam coming off it. And as the steam intensifies coming off this thing, suddenly the front part of these bodies, like an egg, just explodes outward. But again, I go into the descriptions about gore and ichor and blood and body parts. And it's basically well, you're going to have to make fear tests. I am going to need call tests from all of you.
Including
the CL score. Well, everybody, yeah. You can all see this.
I have 57 on a 31.
19 out of 40.
Okay, you okay?
31 out of 45.
Okay.
21 out of 25.
So, unfortunately, Mark, it's only you. You're transfixed. This thing, it's basically like a demon of Tzeentch. So it's got the vulture head. It's got the sort of almost as if it's still forming as well. So it's kind of like translucent. It's like it's sucking the juices out of these bodies on the floor. The head sort of comes out. There's bits flying. It sort of lifts up its head. Well, you've all seen the trailer for Warhammer Online when it invades the castle. Its head goes up. Its claws burst out on the side of the fountain. It roars, and as it does, it's like blood and pus coming out of its throat in all sort of different directions. Its tongue, its tentacles, and fuck me, I ain't sleeping. And it basically just screams to the heavens as if it's trying to get a response from the dark gods beyond. As you guys go running down, Mark, you come to a halt as this thing emanates nothing but sheer terror. You can feel your whole body just seize up.
Yeah.
As the rest of you go running down this alleyway, I'll deal with you first, Christoph. These rich people have all gone to the ladder to get down. One of these things is scrambling up the ladder, and as you're watching its claw, like each one of its fingers is now just a talon, like a long fingernail. It comes over, digs into the wood, and starts hauling itself up. Again, it's got that bare-chested. It's got that weird sort of half-grown helmet coming out of its head.
But it seems to be focused on the people trying to get down the stairs, yes?
It does. That's going to give you a +10 to your weapon skill. In fact, I'll give you a +20 to your weapon skill, because obviously, as it's coming over the lip on the ladder, it's technically counted as prone, because it's trying to climb over.
I'll give it a go. I'm going to attack
Okay.
it. Plus
Come on,
20,
boy.
you said 58.
Yeah.
I got a 58. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, 89.
89. You go swinging forward, but these people have also pushed forward as well. So as you go forward, your sword sort of going in, sort of golf style, I suppose, going in with the sword. The big guy's been pushed, and that smacks into the side of you and knocks you sideways. People, obviously, you can hear screams now inside the town hall. Obviously, something's kicking off in there, and they're just desperate to get out now. We'll go with the same line that we've got here, except for you, Mark, because you're transfixed, and we will look at Norgon first.
Closest one with its back to me, just going to put the axe straight into it.
Okay, if you do hit, you get a +20 to hit, and if you do hit, I will give you double damage.
Right. And I've also got Strike Mighty Blow, which I must remember that I have to.
Brilliant, that'll give you an extra +1 to your damage.
So, oh, well, right, no, so that's a 5, not 500.
What? You rolled a 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's 05, that's 50, that's a strike to the body, I think. I've covered up all my charts now, well done, John, you a knob. Give me a second. No, it's not, yes, no, it's not, it's the left arm. So roll your damage and double it.
And this is where I roll another fucking one.
You won't, no, you roll a 6. 'Cause you're a dick.
No, well, it's 6 in total, so 6 plus my strength, which is 3. Strike my blow.
Another +1. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
10 points.
So
Damage.
10 points. So
Yeah.
well, that's going to wipe it out completely. I mean, you can roll if you want to on the critical chart, but don't worry about it. You go running forward with your sword. You go in full dwarf style. Will you tell me how you take him out?
Basically, just heft the axe like it's a great axe and just basically walk through him. Just part him like the Red Sea.
Okay. You go full Moses. He falls in 2 halves, splats to the ground. Everybody cheers, except for the pharaohs. He splashes to the ground, extremely, extremely dead. Doesn't get much more dead than that. In fact, he's so dead, his grandchildren are dead too. So he falls down, you go blasting through the body. You're on the other side, you've got another one in front of you, and we are now with Osgood.
Over to you.
I'll wade past and take a swing of the next one along.
Again, you get a +20 to your weapon skill.
Is 42 out of 64.
Okay, it's a 42, it goes 24, that's a strike to the right arm. So roll your d6, again, because you're attacking from behind, it's a surprise attack, I'll give you double damage.
That's 9.
9, that's 18. Again, that's he's not going to survive that. You go running up behind him, and yeah, down comes your sword. Oh, well, you tell me. How do you take him out?
I feel like be like a horizontal cut.
Horizontal.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Like sort of stepping around, like pivot, like sort of almost throttling around the dwarf to get past him at the next one, and then going like a backhand swing across the. Yeah,
you again, your blow goes across the top of the head of the dwarf and basically just slices him across the back almost in half. You feel the wind of a swinging sword, and then the creature feels it, and basically just falls down to the ground, extremely dead. That's when the other one spins round.
Yeah,
Mark,
he feels the hair on his head getting shorter and shorter.
He feels his life. Mark, I need you to make another cool roll, please. This thing has now exploded. It's pulled itself out wetly. It's almost like egg yolk now. The yellow just splashing out onto the ground as it sort of turns, and its head sort of goes as it sort of turns and looks directly at the icon thing lying on the steps of the town hall.
Interesting. Yeah, I've just rolled a 31, which is exactly what I needed.
Brilliant. You sort of literally just snap out of it. The fear is still there. You can still feel your body. It's a strange smell of piss as well. You've got this strange. You can still feel the tremors in your body from this, but you're actually able to move now. What do you want to do?
Right, I see this thing look directly at the item. The icon. The icon. Yeah. Can I run for the icon?
You can make a movement test. This thing as well is moving towards the icon as well, but it's very, very slow. It's stumbling a little bit like it's been freshly birthed. Well, it has been freshly birthed.
I'll be doing a bit
as
of
it comes
stumbling.
stepping forward. So times your movement by 10 and roll against it, please.
Okay.
This thing rolls 64, so it's well out.
30. I've rolled 12.
Brilliant.
30. Yeah.
You go running towards this icon. Now, the closer this thing getting to it, you've noticed that there's steam coming off it now. You can actually smell it. It's like rotten cabbage as you go running towards it. You can feel heat coming off it as well. What do you want to do?
I grab the cloak from my back as I'm running.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and throw it over the icon and grab a hold of it, if I can.
Okay. Yep. That's easy enough to do. You throw it down, you scoop it up. I need to make a toughness test. So roll a d100, times your toughness by 10, and roll against it.
Okay, it's 40. 84, failed.
84. Okay, you've got a choice here. I mean, it's even through the, you can feel it burning the cloth, even through the cloth. It's like boiled kettle hot. It's extremely hot. So you can either drop it now, or you can hang on to it and take 1 point of damage.
I kind of feel I should make some kind of like a cool roll to see whether I can hold on to it, or a willpower maybe. Is there a willpower?
Completely up to you if that's what you want to do. Make a willpower roll.
I'm going to make a willpower roll to see whether I do. I think that makes more sense. And it's 33 I've got to roll.
Okay.
93, no. I drop it.
No, you drop it. It collapses to the ground. Roll a d6 for me. If you roll a 1, I want to know about it.
Rolled a 1.
Did you?
I did.
Did you roll a 1?
I did, of course I did.
Yeah.
I'm rolling all the low numbers.
You drop it to the ground, it hits the ground, and you hear this cracking noise as it hits the ground. And then the creature howls almost as if it's in pain. In fact, its front left leg sort of buckles, it slams into the ground, and it sort of struggles as if it's lifting itself up as it screams. Meanwhile, Christoph, this thing is now over the side, and it brings up its claw, and it's taking an attack. Oh, at the big guy. Oh my lord, it's first decent roll of the evening. Hits him in the head actually with a 10. Let's roll damage. It's gonna be. Oh, this is gonna be nice. Okay, this wasn't you, so you know, think yourself lucky. I'll go with piercing weapons. No, teeth and claws. The victim's throat is utterly. Oh, it's death. So it basically leaps forward, comes up with its blade, it leaps up as it goes at the big guy with the rings. The guy puts his arm up to stop it, slices off all his fingers, then carries on through his neck. Almost tears his head completely off. The head lolls at an unnatural angle. Blood sprays all over his compatriots, who scream even louder because hey, why not get more attention? And then he just basically falls forward and slams heavily onto the balcony. What do you want to do?
Is there any more of them coming up the ladder, or is it just that one?
There is one more at the bottom of the ladder. The other two are now dead. Yeah, you killed them both. Yeah, that other one at the bottom of the ladder is now turned to face these two are running towards it.
All right. Okay, so
Jump down on his head from above.
I'll attack the one that's up the top. That's just killed the fat guy.
Okay then. Just make a normal weapon skill roll.
Oh, okay, 21.
21. That goes to 12. That's a strike to the head. Well done. So roll your d6 and add your strength.
4.
Is it bad? In
Yes,
total?
4 in total.
4 in total. Okay. You're still doing it for 2 points. So, yeah, you take a swing and you smack him in the head. You basically tear off... It's where you tear off part of his helmet, which flies off. And even though it looks like metal, like a proper helmet, it's actually bonded to his flesh. So it rips off all the flesh, and now you can see his teeth, almost skeletal. It takes his eye with it as well. It just goes spinning off. And, of course, that kind of gets his attention. Having half his face ripped off by a complete stranger. It's a bit antisocial. So he spins around with his blades and takes a swing back, and he's going to hit with an 08. Have you got dodge blow, yeah?
I have got dodge blow. I will try.
Roll against your initiative, please.
No, 65.
Okay, he hits you in the body.
Okay, yeah.
Which is going to be painful. And he hits you for, which is +2, 7 points.
So minus 3, minus... So I take 3 points of damage, including my armor. Okay,
he leaps forward, then his bone blade slices straight through your armor and into your ribs. You actually feel it nick a very important organ. But hey, so we'll carry on film now.
Okay.
So back to Norgond. The other one's now turned around to face you. All the others are either still dragging bodies towards the egg or have gone inside the town hall, where you can now hear lots of screaming. This one now spins around towards you.
I'd let Osgood handle that for a moment. I'm going to use my throwing axe. I'm going to try and get the one that's just skewered Christoph.
Brilliant. Okay, make a ballistic skill roll.
I mean, the answer is no, but let's do it anyway.
It is Warhammer.
I'll roll under 28.
Come on, you can do it.
So how do I go about retrieving a throwing axe that's missed completely?
Well, what did you roll first of all? Was it a double?
It was an 80.
So you should have tied a rope to it. That's
yeah.
Apparently
that's
the secret.
Them, yeah, it goes past them and disappears over the back of the town hall. Good effort, though.
Really wasn't worth the try.
Osgood.
Sorry, what's left to do?
Just the one at the bottom of the ladder.
Oh, we still got him to do it. Okay. Yeah, I'll move in.
Okay. Normal weapon skill roll?
Yeah.
Anything special you want to do? Pirouette or something? Or no?
No. I've already missed 72 out of 44.
72. Okay, you take a swing. Unfortunately, you miss.
Yeah.
As you're the one attacking him, he'll take a swing back. And he hits with a 24, which goes to 42.
I got dodge blow.
Okay. Okay. Initiative. Roll against your initiative.
33 out of 35.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah, you take a swing. You sort of dodge to sideways, and he completely misses.
Aha!
Or
I
just
need the
misses.
dwarf to get into position so I can just swing above his head again.
Yeah, that seems to work. Yeah, we'll push him over the dwarf, trip him up. So, Amadeus. This thing is howling in pain, but it's still coming. You've gone off.
Sorry, I'm going to try and grab a hold of the cloak again, the thing where the icon is inside it. I'm going to try and make a run for it.
Okay, make a toughness test.
That would... No.
No. And make your willpower test, unless you want to take the damage.
I'll take the damage. I'll take the damage. Yeah.
Give yourself 1 point of damage.
Okay.
You scoop up the icon.
And I'm making a run, bolt down the alley, the nearest alley, whether it's the same one these guys are down or whatever. I'm just running for it.
Okay, you're running down there. Okay, you go running down the alley. In fact, as you guys are now sort of dealing with this one at the bottom and the one on top of the balcony, Amadeus goes running past you with something wrapped in his cloak. Behind you, you hear this thing screeching in both pain and anger as it comes lumbering along forward and sort of heads towards the head of the alleyway.
It's all yours.
Well, you didn't realise this, of course, Amadeus, but as what happened earlier, the actual alleyway itself is a dead end.
Oh, that's annoying.
Sorry.
How was I to know?
You didn't know. Christoph did, but he doesn't know what's going on. So, so yeah, it's a dead end. You go running down thinking, let's get out of there! Oh, bollocks.
Oh, shit.
And in front of you, it's just refuse and a large stone wall.
What about the kids that were down there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're still screaming and shouting now that this
this
demon thing is headed towards the entrance.
Do you want to kill the kids as well? You know, shot the mayor. Do you want to kill the kids as well?
I'm gonna have everybody's gonna die, and then there's no witnesses to what I just did.
Okay.
Yes, just say that out loud so that everybody that's a witness can hear it.
It won't matter in a few minutes.
Okay, back to Christoph.
I'm going to continue to engage in combat the mob that's with me.
Okay, go for it.
No, 68.
Okay, he takes a swing and it's a miss. Takes a swing back, and it hits with a dead on 33.
Dodging blow.
Okay, go for your dodge blow.
No.
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 And it rolls 4 plus 2 is 6 points of damage.
Where to? What location?
33, which is the right arm.
So how much damage?
6 points.
Okay, so that's 3. Okay, that's mine. I'm on 0. -1.
It's a -1.
-1.
Hit. It's a minus wound. Okay, so that's a -1 hit to you. It's going to hurt, I'm afraid. That is a critical roll. Give me a second.
Roll away.
I just did.
Throw you a hand axe and everything.
Okay. Right, this thing comes flying forward. You bring up your sword to dodge and to parry it. What did I say? Was it your left arm? Did I say 33?
33, right arm.
Right arm.
My
That's
sword
your
arm.
Your sword arm. He's just taking your hand off at the wrist. It comes flying forward. Its blade comes flying down. You lift up your sword to parry it. Completely bypasses it and lops off your hand at the wrist. The pain is excruciating. Blood gushes from the wound at the rate of D4 wounds per round until staunched. Anything held in the hand is dropped. Really? Anything held in the hand is dropped, and you fall to the ground unconscious. Okay, we'll deal. Remember, that's a number 12. That's number 2 at the moment. But remember, that's a number 12, and we'll come back to that, and I'll tell you what the actual what your problems are going to be. But you fall to the ground unconscious. You literally just collapse. Norgon, you see this. I'm going to roll for you every round for your D4 wounds lost, and then I'll have to roll on the sudden death critical chart.
That's fine. Yep.
So because you might bleed out. Norgon, you see this happen. You see this thing leap forward and literally, in fact, the sword hand with the sword with the hand still attached to it falls down and lands point forward in front of you. There's his hand with his little Sigma ring on the middle finger, so he can do that to his enemies. And yeah, it's still hanging onto the sword. What do you want to do?
Well, I'm not picking it up.
I mean, the ring might be able to give you at least some kind of temporary payback.
It's a fake.
Yeah, screw it.
He's a noble. It's a fake.
Yeah, there's an enemy in front of me. The sword to the side of me. I'll basically beat the crap out of the one in front of me, and then deal with everything else going on upstairs.
Okay. Okay, make your roll.
Yeah.
For the one in front of you.
So I'll eventually kill it.
You take a swing, and you miss. You take a swing back. He rolls a 56. He misses. Osgood.
Okay, I was kind of hoping you'd succeed, so I could then just go up and hopefully, I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
We've got a man with a crossbow with us. He can shoot them.
Yeah, he could shoot the wound.
Yeah.
Just don't turn your back on him because he's probably going to shoot you.
Yeah. Can I reach the thing now that it's sort of got up for him?
You can climb on the ladder because this thing now has sort of left. He's fallen to the floor as far as that thing's concerned. He's out the fight, and now he's turned his attention to the rich people.
Okay, I'll try to climb up the ladder.
Yep.
And then can I still attack after that?
You can, but that'll be in your next round. I will roll for you, Christoph, to see if you bleed out. That'll bring us back to Amadeus. You've gone down this alleyway. You realised
his error. Yeah.
Yep. And this thing now is
turn around. Is it coming down the alley towards it?
It's coming towards the alley. Yeah.
I'm looking for any doors into buildings or anything nearby. Is there anything that I can see?
There's nothing. The only thing is the ladder, which you now see Osgood climbing up to the side of the building. And this thing in your hands is getting hotter. You're going to take another wound, I'm afraid. Okay. If you hang on to it.
Do I hold on to it? I'm gonna make a roll for that. All right.
Okay. Make a willpower test then.
33, 29. Yeah, I'm hanging on to it. Okay.
Hanging on to it. Okay.
I'm clutching hold of this thing. I'm staring down the alley as this thing is approaching. I've got no idea what to do. I don't know where to go. I'm just going to shout, "You want it? Come and get it, you bastard!"
It opens its mouth like in classic video game trailer. It sort of grabs hold of the sides of the alleyway. It's almost like it's pulling the buildings apart, and it's roaring down the alleyway.
Okay.
It's absolutely deafening. And then we'll come back to the roll for Christoph on the sudden death critical chart. That's a 7, and that you're still alive. So you're bleeding.
You're alive instead.
Yeah, he's still alive. So he's fine. So that's your round done, Christoph. So well done on not dying. So
I didn't do any dice rolls.
Yeah. Norgon, this thing in front of you now, whatever is behind you has blocked out whatever light was coming down here. It's huge. The shadow is just is darker than your soul. So this thing is basically in the alleyway screaming. And this thing in front of you, literally, almost like it's being blessed by the presence of this greater demon, by this thing. Gave away what it is now. So this by this thing, and it's sort of looked there with its arms out as if to say, "Take me, please." Ooh. It's a free hit.
So I'll say to my companion who's not drawn his weapon and is indeed hugging the blanket, "Get in the fight!" As I take a swing.
Take a swing. Get a +20 weapon skill.
Yeah, so hit.
Not moving or dodging. Don't spit on your dice.
Fuck's sake. So yeah, I have failed to hit even with.
Get in the fight! He shouts as he misses.
Yeah, I was too busy talking.
This thing doesn't attack, doesn't return. It just stands there looking at whatever it is that's behind you. Well, you know what it is behind you. Meanwhile, on the balcony, the other one upstairs, it's killed 2 people, and now it's turned around and it's looking at this thing as well. And that's when you get up there, Osgood.
Cool. I'll try and join. Help where I can.
Okay. So on the balcony, you've got Christoph on the floor, bleeding out. It needs to be staunched. He needs a tourniquet. He needs medical attention. And then you've got the creature, the chaos mutant, next to on the balcony as well, but he's transfixed by this greater demon, by this creature. Just fuck it! I've told you what it is now. He's transfixed by this greater demon in the marketplace.
It's a good demon at best.
Yeah. Could be a lesser demon.
What's this system's version of medicine?
Good question, actually. We'll just play it by ear. You need to make an intelligence roll. I mean, you've been out in the field for quite a while. You know you'll need to do a tourniquet. If you make an intelligence roll, have you got any kind of medical skill or first aid skill?
I didn't even know those were an option. No.
They were.
I could use a sling to I could maybe just improvise it, wrap my sling around his arm to kind of try and tighten it off. But
you've got your sling, haven't you? Yeah, that'll make a perfect tourniquet. In fact,
to help him out, I could get the dog to gnaw on it on the stump to make it a bit, get rid of the bad tissue.
Just get the dog to constantly be licking at
the. Just get the dog to clamp onto his arm.
Don't let go. Yeah. Okay, we'll make an intelligence test.
Oh Jesus. 52 out of 29, so fail.
Oh dear. Okay.
I'm unconscious.
You know what you need to do. It's just that you're just struggling to do it. So you're sort of with him and next to him. Okay, then we go back to Osgood. Oh, sorry, Christoph.
I mean, I don't mind taking a second turn.
Christoph, that was a close one. 40 on a -4, but you're still alive. So yeah, barely. So yeah, you haven't got long. I'm sorry about this.
It's okay.
So who's next? That's Osgood.
Who's just gone?
Amadeus. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Amadeus. Okay, you shouted about what you come and get it. So obviously he's trying to.
Yeah. Can it get down the alley? Is it too big to fit down?
It's literally pulling the buildings apart to get to you.
Well, that's not good, is it?
No. You're great demon.
Oh, they are.
Oh,
they're a bit tricksy than I thought they'd be, to be honest.
Yeah, a bit of a pain. No such thing as a medium demon. I couldn't stop it there, so I had to go greater.
Yeah, I've dropped the.
Have you dropped it?
Yes.
Roll a d6.
4.
It slams onto the ground again. When it hits the ground, this thing recoils as if it's hurt.
And if I notice that, that's useful info.
Sure.
Thank you, GM.
What it happened earlier when you dropped it on the stairs.
Yeah, but now it's happened again.
Yeah.
And I'm certain now as to what I must do. Yeah, I think I'll grab a hold of it if I can.
Yep.
Once again, and
smash it on the ground. Make a strength test. Times your strength by 10 and roll against it.
Go on, Rockstar on it. Channel the Who.
Oh, failed by 6. Shit.
Okay. You swing it, you slam it down to the ground, but the impact itself makes it recoil. You see its wings flutter. Its wings are drying out actually, and it sort of it sort of recoils slightly. Still trying to get down the alleyway, but it recoils slightly. These things now, the one has run towards it. The one has run past you, Norgond, with its arms out as if it's going to run forward and embrace it. It's going running towards it. Takes 5 or 6 steps, and then this thing's claw just comes down and just crushes it to death. Dead. The other one on the balcony has run forward and smashed through the barrier of the balcony, trying to fling himself down onto it. It just disappears into the maelstrom. Behind, you can see loads of the mutants running up towards it and just basically just trying, like they're trying to hug it. Basically just running up just to be close to it, as if they're being drawn to it. It's really, really weird.
I take it I see Van Roth with the icon trying to smash it.
Yeah, for whatever reason, he's got this thing still in its blanket and he's trying to smash it on the ground.
What are you doing?
Dropping it. Go, ah! And if I hear Norgon shout that, it's connected somehow.
Okay, I'll go in. I'll help.
Yes.
Go in, make a strength test. Times your strength by 10 and roll against it.
Right.
And as he hits it, I'm shouting, "Look!" and point, assuming he hits it.
So no.
Okay. You do hit it, but not enough to break it. So you smack it, and every time it hits it, this thing is wincing, but it's still tearing the buildings apart.
I mean,
I'm just going to say
the high strength. Yeah. Sorry, I missed that. Say again.
Does Strike Mighty Blow help?
Oh God, you've got that as well. In that case, then, if you wanted next round, then roll again, but add 10% to your strength to that particular roll. Osgood, do you want to try again?
Sure, why not?
Okay, make an intelligence roll.
4. Oh yes, I actually did.
4. Okay, you get this. You've got a sling, haven't you? But the sling is perfect. Unfortunately, you will lose your sling. Your sling's going to be rendered useless.
Yeah.
I mean, I just need a strip of leather to make a new one. It's fine.
That's fine. Well, it's not like you can't buy one. So you wrap that around the stump. You wrap that around the arm. It's not a stump. It's just his hand that's gone. And you do the tourniquet. He's completely unconscious. He's also white. White as a sheet. White as a white sheet. Do you know when they say white as a sheet? What if his sheet is blue? That's just weird. Anyway, so
then you go just not mix your loads.
I know, I've had that trouble a few times. And I'm sorry, we are talking about washing here. So yeah, you basically just wrapped it around his arm, and you managed to staunch the blood. Christoph, there's a good chance you're going to live, but with the missing hand.
I love it if the demon just coup de grace him instead.
You see, he squashes him. Oh, I'm not having that. Annoyingly, you're bad with weapon skill at the moment. If you use your offhand, you're actually minus 10%. So So what's
Welcome
your
to my
gonna be?
world.
Yeah. So yeah, you managed to tie the tourniquet around. I'm just making one more roll for Christoph. That's a 26. And that's an 8. That's a fleece. That's you're not dead. So you survive that. Well done, you. So back to you guys on the ground. The left-hand building, the whole front of it now has been ripped away. You can actually see like the ins, like a bombed-out house. So it's ripped the floors away. The roof has collapsed downwards. It's just trying to get to you. What do you want to do?
Keep smashing.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's any way that we can assist each other to improve our chances of breaking things.
You hold it out and I'll...
Okay, well, if you want to do that, take your strength then. Whoever's helping, take your strength, times it by 5, and then add that onto the other guy's roll as a bonus.
Okay, so I think we'll use your strength then, and I will times mine by 5 and add it to yours. Yeah.
Okay, what's yours then?
That'll be 15.
Yeah. Okay, so remember you got your strike mighty blow as well. So use your strength times 10 plus 10 plus 15, so plus 25 basically.
So all I've got to do is roll under 60.
Roll under 60.
That's all you need to do.
It's a 60% chance that's going to happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, cock up of the evening.
Oh, come on.
I mean,
16.
16. Okay, you sort of come over. You sort of hold the thing out. So just whatever. You come running over. You smash it into it. Immediately, as soon as you smash into it, it splits. Immediately goes cold in your hands. This thing just roars like something's pierced it in its heart. It reels backwards. It almost falls over. The mutants around it are all howling as well, sort of clutching. Well, they tried to clutch their heads, but they got claws, and some of them speared themselves to death. So they basically clutching their heads, sort of screaming as if in agony. And they're sort of staggering around like they're drunk. Most of them probably were earlier. The creature itself just throws its head back, its wings sort of blast either way. There's a huge blast of air as it pumps downwards, and it just leaps up into the darkness. And then with 3 or 4 pumps of its mighty wings, it disappears into the blackness. What's left of these things collapse to the ground, clutching their heads, and the others just run off out of the town. And it's really weird. Literally within moments, the town goes, other than the sound of a distant screeching of that great demon running off into the distance, with the sound of the huge whoom sounds of its wings beating in the air, the town goes deathly quiet.
Are any of the nobles left?
There's about half a dozen left.
I'm going to point my axe towards them and go, "You lot, we've just saved your lives. We accept gold in payment."
Dwarves.
Yeah, I just look at him a little confused.
What do you need gold for? You're a bit short. So, hold on. I'll just drop my pen. Sorry, hold on.
Wait a second. See.
So, okay. This thing disappears into the distance, and so do the creatures. People start slowly coming out of the buildings. The rich people are sort of trying to calm down. There's like a few of them dead on the balcony now. Osgood, you've saved Christoph. You've got the tourniquet around him.
oh shit!
Yeah. Well, you regret that, Daddy. Oh shit! He's got to start.
I didn't think through what I was doing.
Bodyguard now.
Now you got to look after
I was
me.
drunk. It was a moment of weakness. No. Norgron's your mercenary now.
He's fired.
Oh dear.
He was useless.
Are there any elves left?
No, they're dead.
I killed the elf.
Yeah. Christoph killed one. Who knows what happened to the other one?
Yeah, they all died simultaneously.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fairly sure that the elf could have at least glued his hand back on.
Yeah. Sorry, no super glue in this universe. So, yeah, everybody starts coming out of doorways, sort of wondering what the hell's going on. That big pile of bodies that was bloated and has now sort of just collapsed. And there's now just bodies lying all over the floor. There's sort of blood and gore and pus everywhere. It's an egg yolk. It's a bit, it's a bit weird.
Yeah, I'm just going to angrily shout at a couple of these nobles. Did you know about this? Did you know about this?
They're all terrified, and obviously they did know about it.
Yeah.
One of the guys is there. It was just once. It was supposed to be just once. He told us just once would be enough.
Who told you?
The man who bought us this. The man who bought us the gold. Who made us lucky over the years.
Give us a name.
Amanda Gwyn.
Yeah. Who is he?
And behind you hear the sound like a staff slamming on the ground, and you hear this very, very deep voice. I am Amanda Gwyn. Behind you, see a hooded figure, almost emperor style, with a staff in his hands, sort of holding on.
Never heard of him.
He's standing in the marketplace, and he pulls back the hood, and he seems quite an unremarkable man. Sort of longish hair, big full beard. He's sort of cut at the sides, so it's more of a long goatee, a bit like yours there, dude. So yeah, his hair's quite thick, but his eyes, his skin he's sort of middle aged, so his skin looks fine. His eyes are a little bit crowed, but there's a depth to his eyes, which like he's been living for ages, which obviously he has, if the rumours are true. He stands there, he's leaning on this staff, and he's got this angry look as he's sort of looking at the destruction all around him. Who did this? As he comes walking forward.
Which bit?
I would have loved it if he was the guy you shot earlier.
Oh shit! He was one of the demons.
Yeah.
That's a Mandigwin there.
I mean, I did that bit over there, and that bit over there, and those two things that used to be one thing.
You're a Mandigwin. We've been looking for you.
You've been looking for me. Who sent you?
Emperor Carl Franz.
Oh, and again.
You've been looking for me. Christoph, you wanted to say something then. I saw your mouth move, but then you suddenly realised that you're unconscious. Oh yes, I've been doing this for a few years. So yeah, he comes walking forward. His staff obviously is just an affectation. He sort of lowers it down next to him. He's got a backpack on. Looks like he's been walking quite a lot. There's all dirt around the bottoms of his robes and all sorts. I have walked this world for eons, and I have seen this again and again and again. And I do not know who any of you are. And that's where we'll leave it until the final episode in 2 weeks' time.
Alrighty.